A few notes about this video. First of all, it deals with very serious topics like depression, self-harm, suicide. If that's something that doesn't sit well with you, I suggest you do not watch this video or the following second part. But if you do continue to watch the video, there's a few things you need to know about Twitch streams and my stream in particular. First of all, if you haven't been to one of my streams before, what do you? Come on, you got it. Yeah, right. But watching Twitch streams gives viewers points. They can earn points that the streamer decides what they use with them. You could unlock emotes. You could highlight a message in chat, stuff like that. One of the point rewards that I have on my channel lets you drastically change how things look on stream. That happens during this playthrough in this video. You're probably going to know exactly when it happens. I'm just letting you know in advance. If something happens kind of weird that you weren't expecting, I mean, that's going to happen a lot in this game. But it might, you know, just watch the video. You'll know what I mean. All right. Oh, it's a jam? I'd be dancing a bit more, but I got some, you know. Yeah, I've heard plenty of warnings, so we'll see how it goes. I would do some settings, but I mean, audio sounds good and everything, right? Too quiet, too loud. What do y'all say? How are we looking? Streamer mode on? Nah. Theme is indeed a jam. True. On the laptop, but not too bad. Okay, I'll go like just a little bit down. That should be good. Please enter your name. Xerxes. Okay. Hey! I see an annoying girl running toward me from the distance, waving her arms in the air, and she's totally oblivious to any attention she might draw to herself. Well, the girl is Sayori, my neighbor and good friend since we were children. Maybe a bit further down. Okay, bet. Who can I do settings from? Right here? Oh yeah, settings. Duh. And that should be good. She just looks annoying. You know the kind of friend you've never see yourself making today. It just kind of works out because you've known each other for so long. We used to walk to school together on days like this, but starting around high school, she would oversleep more and more frequently. I would get tired of waiting up. But she's going to chase after me like this. I almost feel better off running away. However, I just sigh and idle in front of the crosswalk and let Sayori catch up to me. I overslept again. But I caught you this time. Maybe, but only because I decided to stop and wait for you. True. If I would have hit that sprint, she would have never caught up, dude. You have to say which girl is best after the first day. I have one day to figure out, huh? You say like you were thinking about ignoring me. That's mean, Xerxes. Well, if people stare at you for acting weird, then I don't want them to think we're a couple or something. Fine. But you did wait for me after all. Guess you don't have it in you to be mean if you want to. Whatever you say, Sayori. Rules, Kring. That's going in my Kring compilation. We cross the street together and make our way to school. As we draw near, the streets become increasingly speckled with other students making their daily commute. Also, I'm gonna record. By the way, Xerxes, this really is flushed point right, point left of the game. Have you decided on a club to join yet? A club? I told you already. I'm really not interested in joining any clubs. I haven't been looking either. That's not true. You told me you would join a club this year. Did I? I'm sure it's possible that I did. One of our many conversations where I dismissively go along with whatever she's going on about. Sayori likes to worry a little too much about me, and I'm perfectly content just getting by on the average, while spending my free time on games and anime. I was talking about how I worried that you won't learn how to socialize or have any skills before college. Your happiness is really important to me, you know? And I know you're happy now, but I thought of you becoming a NEET in a few years because you're not used to the real world. Just like real life. You trust me, right? Don't make me keep worrying about you. Alright. I'll look at a few clubs if it makes you happy. No promises, though. Will you at least promise me you'll try a little? Yeah, I guess I promise you that. Why do I let myself get lectured by such a carefree girl? More than that, I'm surprised I even let myself relent to her. I guess seeing her worry so much about me makes me want to ease her mind just a little bit, even if she does exaggerate everything inside of her head. Alright, well, she worries about us. I mean, I didn't ask her to be worried about me, but oh well. School day is as ordinary as ever, and it's over before I know it. After I packed up my things, I stare blankly at the wall, looking for an ounce of motivation. Clubs. Sayori wants me to check out some clubs. I guess I have no choice but to start with the anime club. Obviously. Hello? Sayori. Sayori must have come into the classroom while I was spacing out. I look around and realize that I'm the only one left in the classroom. I thought I'd catch you coming out of the classroom, but I saw you just sitting here, spacing out, so I came in. Honestly, you're even worse than me sometimes. I'm impressed. You don't need to wait up for me. It's going to make you late to your own club. Well, I thought you might need some encouragement, so I thought, what? Well, that you should come to my club. Sayori. Yeah? There's no way I'm going to your club. Meanie. Sayori is vice president of the literature club. Not that I was ever aware that she had any interest in literature. In fact, I'm 99% sure she only did it because she thought it would be fun to help start a new club. Since she was the first one to show interest after the one who proposed the club, she inherited the title vice president. Also me. Okay, just make sure my cursor was lined up. That said, my interest in literature is guaranteed to be even less. Bet you go to the club? We'll see if I get the choice. I'll have to think about it. Yeah, I'm going to the anime club. Come on, please. Why do you care so much anyway? Well, I kind of told the club yesterday I was bringing in a new member. And that Suki made cupcakes and everything. Oh, cupcakes, though. Don't make promises you can't keep. Can't tell if Sayori is really that much of an airhead if she's so cunning as to have all this planned out. Let out a long sigh. Fine, I'll stop by for a cupcake, okay? Yes, let's go. Okay, well, Nas called it. And thus, today marks the day I sold my soul for a cupcake. Again. I dejectedly followed Sayori across the school and upstairs, a section of the school I rarely visit, being generally used for third-year classes and activities. Sayori, full of energy, swings open the classroom door. It's packed. Everyone, the new member is here. Told you, don't call me a new member. I glance around the room. Welcome to the literature club. I don't know why literature is so hard to say. Literature, maybe? Literature club. It's a pleasure meeting you. Hello, girl one. Sayori always says nice things about you. Seriously? You brought a boy? Way to kill the atmosphere. Was it only girls? Yep, girl 2, girl 3. Ah, Xerxes, what a nice surprise. Welcome to the club. This is too many girls for me to keep track of already. All words escape me in this situation. This club is full of incredibly cute girls. What are you looking at? If I say something, say it. If you want to say something, say it. Sorry. Let's place our bets. What are we, girl 1, girl 2, or girl 3? Natsuki. Oh, there we go. We got a name. Natsuki. The girl with the sour attitude, whose name is apparently Natsuki, is one I don't recognize. Her small figure makes me think she's probably a first year. He's also the one who made cupcakes, according to Sayori. You just ignore her when she gets moody. Sayori says that quietly into my ear, then turns back towards the other girls. Anyway, this is Natsuki, always full of energy. Oh, was Sayori girl 3? Or was there a different girl 3? Am I just not following well enough? Don't say things like that. Yuri, who appears comparably more mature and timid, seems to have a hard time keeping up with people like Sayori and Natsuki. Okay, girl 3 faded out, and then Sayori faded in. Okay, bad. I thought that girl 3 faded out, and then girl 3 faded back in, and it was still Sayori. I was like, wait. Well, it's nice to meet both of you. Sounds like you already know Monica. Is that right? That's right. Oh, okay. There's Monica. Hello. It's great to see you again, Xerxes. Monica smiles sweetly. We do know each other. Well, we rarely talked, but we were in the same class last year. Monica was probably the popular girl in class. Smart, beautiful, athletic. Basically, completely out of my league. So having her smile at me so genuinely feels a little... You too, Monica. Monica Pog, you. Come sit down, Xerxes. We made a room for you at the table, so you can sit next to me or Monica. Oh, so I'll get the cupcakes. Hey, I made them. I'll get them. Sorry, I get a little too excited. Then how about I make some tea as well? Dog, cupcakes and tea, they're popping off. Holy shit. The girls have a few desks arranged to form a table. As Sayori mentioned, it's been widened so that there's one space next to Monica and one space next to Sayori. Atsuki and Yuri walk over to the corner of the room where Atsuki grabs a wrapped tray and Yuri opens the closet. Still feeling awkward, I take a seat next to Sayori. Okay, I was gonna choose next to Sayori if they, the purple hair girl was, I don't know. Atsuki probably marches back to the table, tray in hand. Okay, are you ready? Ta-da! Whoa! Atsuki lifts the foil off the tray to reveal a dozen white fluffy pancakes decorated to look like little cats. The whiskers are drawn with icing, with little pieces of chocolate were used to make ears. So cute! I had no idea you were so good at baking, Atsuki. Well, you know. Just hurry and take one. Yeah, Sayori grabs one. Then Monica. I follow. It's delicious! Sayori talks with her mouth full and already managed to get icing on her face. I turn the cupcake around in my fingers, looking for the best angle to take a bite. Atsuki is quiet. Can't help but notice her sneaking glances in my direction. Is she waiting for me to take a bite? I finally bite down. The icing is sweet and full of flavor. I wonder if she's made it herself. This is really good. Thank you, Atsuki. Why are you thanking me? It's not like haven't I heard this somewhere before? Made them for you or anything. I thought you technically did, so Sayori said. Well, maybe, but not for you know, you dummy. Alright. I go up on Atsuki's weird logic and dismiss the conversation. Wait, did she actually? Was she making them in anticipation of a new person coming in? Yuri returns to the table, carrying a tea set. She carefully places a teacup in front of each of us before setting down the teapot next to the cupcake tray. You keep a whole tea set in this classroom? Don't worry, the teachers gave us permission. Yuri's pretty cool. She seems nice. She had the tea. Alright all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book? I guess. Don't let yourself get intimidated. Yuri's just trying to impress you. That's not... Insulted, Yuri looks away. I meant that, you know. I believe you. Well, tea and reading might not be a pastime for me, but I at least enjoy tea. I'm glad. Yuri faintly smiles to herself in relief. Monica raises an eyebrow and smiles at me. So, what made you consider the literature club? Right on, I'm vibing with Yuri. She seems cool. I was afraid of this question. Something tells me I shouldn't tell Monica that I was practically dragged here by Sayori. Well, I haven't joined any clubs yet, and Sayori seemed really happy here, so that's okay. Don't be embarrassed. We'll make sure you feel right at home, okay? As president of the literature club, it's my duty to make the club fun and exciting for everyone. Monica, I'm surprised. How come you decided to start your own club? You could probably be a board member for any of the major clubs. Weren't you the leader of the debate club last year? Well, you know, to be honest, I can't stand all of those politics around the major clubs. Feels like nothing but arguing and the budget and publicity and how to prepare for events. I'd much rather take something I personally enjoy and make something special out of it. And it encourages others to get into literature. Then I'm fulfilling that dream. Monica really is a great leader. Yuri also nods in agreement. I'm surprised there aren't more people in the... Right, exactly, yeah, like when do we get to the literature part? Like the cupcakes is great. Tea, choice. But are we, like, gonna read something? Must be hard to start a new club. You could put it that way. Not many people are very interested in putting out all the effort to start something brand new. Especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention, like literature. You have to work hard to convince people that you're both fun and worthwhile. But it makes school events like festival that much more important. I'm confident that we can all really grow this club before we graduate. Right, everyone? Yeah, we'll do our best. You know it. Everyone enthusiastically agrees. Such different girls, all interested in the same goal. Monica must have worked really hard to find these three. Maybe that's why they're all so delighted by the idea of a new member joining. But I still don't really know if I can keep up with their level of enthusiasm about literature. So Xerxes, what kinds of things do you like to read? Well, considering how little I've read in the past few years, I don't really have a good way of answering that. Manga? I mutter quietly to myself, half joking. Natsuki's head perks up. Looks like she wants to say something, but she keeps quiet. Not much of a reader, I guess. You trying to say manga's not real books or what? Well, that can change. What am I saying? I spoke without thinking after seeing Yuri's sad smile. Anyway, what about you, Yuri? Yeah, dude, don't. I could read a book if I want. Whoa, don't give up your morals that quickly. Well, let's see. Yuri traces the rim of her teacup with her finger. My favorites are usually novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me. Name one author. You like books so much? Name every book. Telling a good story in such a foreign world is equally impressive. Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about her reading. She seems so reserved and timid since the moment I walked in, but it's obvious by the way her eyes light up that she finds her comfort in the world of books, not people. Even just one book. Just give me your top one book. There's a single anything. Name a word in the English language in a book that you've read before. You should know I like a lot of things. Stories with deep psychological elements usually immerse me as well. Isn't it amazing how a writer can so deliberately take advantage of your own lack of imagination to completely throw you for a loop? Anyway, I've been reading a lot of horror lately. Harry Potter, oh no. And I read a horror book once. I just really grasped something I can relate to at a minimal level. At this rate, Yuri might as well be having conversation with a rock. Really? I wouldn't have expected that, Yuri. Or someone as gentle as you. Guess you could say that. But if a story makes me think, or it takes me to another world, I really can't put it down. Surreal horror is often very successful at changing the way you look at the world, if only for a brief moment. I hate horror. Oh? Why's that? Well, Natsuki's eyes thought over to me for a split second. Never mind. That's right. You usually like to write about cute things, don't you, Natsuki? What? What gives you that idea? You left a piece of scrap paper behind last meeting. It looked like you were working on a poem called Don't Say It Out Loud and Give That Back. Fine. Your cupcakes, your poems, everything you do is just as cute as you are. Yuri sidles up behind Natsuki and puts her hand on her shoulders. I am not cute! Natsuki, you write your own poems. Well, I guess sometimes. Why do you care? I think that's impressive. Why don't you share them sometime? No. Natsuki averts her eyes. You wouldn't like them. Not a very confident writer yet. I understand how Natsuki feels. Sharing that level of writing takes more than just confidence. For being called schism, I've seen it happen. It'll happen again. The truest form of writing is writing to oneself. You must be willing to open up to your readers, exposing your vulnerabilities and showing even the deepest reaches of your heart. Do you have writing experience too, Yuri? Maybe if you share some of your work, you can set an example to help Natsuki feel comfortable enough to share hers. I guess it's the same for Yuri. I wanted to read everyone's poems. We all sit in silence for a moment. Okay, I have an idea, everyone. Natsuki and Yuri look quizzically at Monika. They should call Natsuki Nat. I kind of like that's pretty easy to say. I like that. Let's all go home and write a poem of our own. Then next time we meet, we'll all share them with each other. That way, everyone is even. Yeah, let's do it. Plus, now that we have a new member, I think it'll help us get a little more comfortable with each other and strengthen the bond of the club. This is good. This is actual literature club stuff. Look at this. Isn't that right, Xerxes? Monika smiles warmly at me once again. Hold on, there's still one problem. What's that? Now that we're back to the original topic of me joining the club, I bluntly come forth with what's been on my mind the entire time. I never said I would join this club. Sori may have convinced me to stop by, but I never made any decision. I still have other clubs to look at, and I lose my train of thought. All four girls stare back at me with dejected eyes. But, I'm sorry, I thought... Xerxes. I love all of them just... Oh, no, not you two. You all... I'm defenseless against these girls. How am I supposed to make a clear-headed decision when it's like this? That is, if writing poems is the price I need to pay in order to spend every day with these beautiful girls. Right. Okay, I've decided then. I'll join the literature club. One by one, the girls light up. Yes, I'm so happy. Zoe wraps her arms around me, jumping up and down. Hey, you really did scare me for a moment. If you really just came for the cupcakes, I'll be super pissed. That makes it official. Welcome to the literature club. Thanks, I guess. Okay, everyone. I think with that, we can officially end today's meeting on a good note. Everyone remember tonight's assignment. Write a poem to bring to the next meeting so we can all share. Monica looks over at me once more. Xerxes, I look forward to seeing how you express yourself. Yeah. Can I really impress the class star Monica with my mediocre writing skills? I already feel the anxiety welling up inside me. Meanwhile, the girls continue to chit-chat as Yuri and Natsuki clean up their food. Hey, Xerxes, since we're already here, do you want to walk home together? That's right, Suri and I never walked home together anymore because she always stayed after school for clubs. Sure, might as well. Wait, how was I being a creep? I mean, of course I'm doing it for the books. Now I was doing it for the cupcakes, honestly. But I guess now, you know, I'll be there for the books. For sure. With that, the two of us depart the club room and make our way home. And y'all forced me into doing this anyway. Could have checked out the anime club. Everybody started crying. It was kind of weird. The whole way, my mind wanders back and forth between the four girls. Sayori, Natsuki, Yuri, and of course, Monica. I'd really be happy spending every day after school in the literature club. Perhaps I'll have the chance to grow closer to one of these girls. Alright, I just need to make most of my circumstances. They'll make the most of my circumstances. I'm sure good fortune will find me. I guess that starts with writing a poem tonight. Do I have to get like actually? Oh, it's time to write a poem. Pick words you think your favorite club member will like. Something good might happen with whoever likes your poem the most. So, I mean, the consensus from the class, if y'all want to help me out here, probably be Yuri, right? Yuri's kind of, she seems kind of shy. She was the T one. The tragedy, oh god. Like Ribbon, Sunny, this is all Natsuki stuff. Twirl, happiness, after image, tragedy. Do we do tragedy? Do we go like right out the gate with like a tragedy poem? Or do we go with a puppy poem? We might go for tragedy, to be honest. Heartbeat's not bad though. Heartbeat kind of rides the line, you know. It kind of puts like emotion into it, but like still kind of gives some. Yeah, we got to be like high school cringe deep, exactly. Like my heart beats to the beat of the drum, of which my brain drives. You know, stupid stuff. We'll go. I guess heartbeat. Like heart itself would have been more Natsuki. I don't know what Sayori. She's just kind of her own thing. We'll go heartbeat. Ah, that was Natsuki. Fuck. Okay. Well then, I guess, okay, let's go more for Yuri. Speeved. Not kawaii. Essence. Kiss. Oh. Flushed. Together loud. Anxiety. Vivacious. I mean, we gotta throw some big words in there. Heartbeat loud. Let's go heartbeat anxiety. That might be Yuri. Yeah. What would be heartbeat anxiety? Vitality. Kind of plays into the. We already bring it back to the heartbeat. I don't know. Awesome might be a Sayori thing, though. We're going for Yuri here. Eternity might be the Yuri play here. Heartbeat, anxiety, and eternity I'm already vibing with. That's Yuri. Okay. You know, let's go rapid fire here. We'll go broken. Oh, shit. That was her. Okay. Melancholy. Extreme. Melancholy extreme, dude. Okay. But I mean, the poem's kind of getting down. You know, breathe, breath, ooh, destiny. I didn't even have to look at other ones for that one. But then you got to be real with it, and then we can go horror because we were thinking tragedy, horror. Do we go tears? We'll go tears. Entropy. Oh, we're getting really real here. Ooh, scars. Now Sayori, interesting. Now how do these words go into? But scars secretive, right? Into incongruent, you know? Oh, Sayori's more violence and Yuri is mystery. Oh. Boop. Boop is definitely Natsuki. Then how about incongruent? Yep. Ooh, what did... Oh, someone said something about liking fantasy. Yeah, Monika's not here either. True. Was it Natsuki that liked fantasy? Or was it Yuri? Nah, it was Yuri that liked fantasy, wasn't it? I'm done. It was Natsuki. Too popular, true. Out of my league, we already said it, you know? I mean, we already had Eternity, so let's double down on that to Unending. Unending Kitty. Unending Infinite. Like, triple down, dude. We're getting the paired words that mean the same thing. That's a very top level literature move there. That's what we call a gamer move. Massacre. Hi. You're a D tier, dog. Like B at worst. Let's be honest. I mean, let's test it. We'll go Natsuki Massacre. Let's see. No, Massacre was Yuri. Okay. Philosophy. Oh, so now do we like bring it back around to like the overall message? Philosophy. You know, depression, death, pain, and then on a happy note. Hi again, Xerxes. Glad to see you didn't run away on us. Nah, don't worry. This might be a little strange for me, but I at least keep my word. Well, I'm back at the Literature Club. I was last to come in, so everyone else is already hanging out. Thanks for keeping your promise, Xerxes. Hope this isn't too overwhelming of a commitment for you, making you dive headfirst into literature when you're not accustomed to it. Oh, come on, like he deserves any slack. Sayori told me you didn't even want to join any clubs this year. And last year, too. I don't know if you plan to just come in here and hang out or what. If you don't take us seriously, we won't come, then you won't see the end of it. Natsuki, you certainly have a big mouth for someone who keeps her manga collection in the club room. Oh. Wait, you have your own second... Oh, true. Wait, what was the first one? It was Final Fantasy VII? Natsuki finds herself stuck, saying Monica manga. If it's the I saw an annoying girl, Sayori. Manga is literature. Swiftly defeated. Oh, swiftly. Look at that. You're in the game. Swiftly defeated. You got defeated, though, so sorry. Natsuki plops back into her seat. Don't worry, guys. Xerxes always gives it his best, as long as he's having fun. He helps me with busy work without me even asking, like cooking, cleaning my room. How dependable. Sorry, that's because your room is messy. It's so messy it's distracting. And you almost set the house on fire once. So, you two are really good friends, aren't you? Might be a little jealous. How come? You and Xerxes can become good friends too. Sayori? As usual, Sayori seems oblivious to the weird situation she just put me into. Oh, Yuri even brought you something today, you know? Wait, Sayori? Oh? Me? Not really. Don't be shy. It's really nothing. What is it? Never mind. Sayori made it sound like a big deal when it's really not. What do I do? I'm sorry, Yuri, I wasn't thinking. Guess that means it's up to me to rescue this situation. Hey, don't worry about it. First of all, I wasn't expecting anything in the first place. So any nice gesture for me is a pleasant surprise. It made me happy no matter what. Is that so? Yeah. It won't make a big deal if you don't want it to be. Alright. Well, here. Yuri reaches into her bag and pulls out a book. I really didn't want you to feel left out, so I picked out a book I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read, so it should keep your attention, even if you don't usually read. And we could, you know, discuss it if you wanted. Nah, she's doing the this is how was this girl accidentally being so cute? She even picked out a book she thinks I'll like, despite me not reading much. Hey, thank you, I'll definitely read this. I enthusiastically take the book. Phew. Well, you can read it at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think. Now that everyone is settled in, I expect Monica to kick off some scheduled activities for the club. But that doesn't seem to be the case. Sayori and Monica are having a cheery conversation in the corner. Yuri's face is already buried in a book. I can't help but notice her intense expression, like she was waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki is rummaging around in the closet. I'm really curious to talk to Yuri a little bit more, but at the same time, I would feel bad for distracting her from reading. I catch a glimpse over the cover of her book. It seems like the same book that she lent me. More than that, she seems to be on the first few pages. Ah, crap. I think she noticed me looking at her. She sneaks another glance at me, and our eyes meet for a split second. Ah, we're doing it. We're doing it. But that only makes her hide her face deeper in her book. Sorry, we're just spacing out. Mutter this, sensing I made her uncomfortable. Oh, it's fine. If I was focused, I probably wouldn't have noticed you in the first place. But I'm just rereading a bit of this, so... That's the book you gave me, right? Mm-hmm. I wanted to reread some of it. Not for any particular reason. Just curious how you have 2 copies of the same book. Ah, well, when I stopped at the bookstore yesterday, that's not what I meant. I mean, I just happened to buy 2 of them. I see. There's something fairly obvious here that Yuri isn't telling me, but I decided to let it go. I'll definitely start reading it soon. I'm glad to hear. Once it starts to pick up, you might have a hard time pinning it down. It's a very engaging and relatable story. Is that so? What's it about, anyway? Well, Yuri closes the book and scans her eyes over the back. The book is titled Portrait of Markov. There's an ominous-looking eye symbol on the front cover. Alright. Just want to make sure I don't accidentally give anything away. Right, I might set it for the poem. Like, we didn't even do the poem, and she's already, you know... She's already feeling it, you know? It's just the vibe we give off. Basically, it's about this girl in high school who moves in with her long-lost younger sister. But as soon as she does so, her life gets really strange. She gets targeted by these people who escape from a human experiment prison. While her life is in danger, she needs to desperately choose who to trust. No matter what she does, she ends up destroying most of her relationships, and her life starts to fall apart. It's kind of dark, isn't it? You made it sound like it was gonna be a nice story, so that dark turn came from nowhere. Relatable story, pog you! Yuri gently giggles all of a sudden. You're not a fan of that sort of thing, Xerxes? No, it's not that. I mean, I can definitely enjoy these types of stories, so don't worry. I hope so. I totally forgot that Yuri's into those things. She's so shy and recluse on the outside, but her mind seems to be completely different. Just those kind of stories. They challenge you to look at life from a strange new perspective. When horrible things happen, not just because someone wants to be evil, because they have their own goals and their own philosophies that they believe in. And suddenly, when you thought you related to the protagonist, they're made out to be a naive one for letting their one-sided morals interfere with the villain's plans. I'm rambling, aren't I? Not again. I'm sorry. Hey, don't apologize. I haven't lost interest or anything. Well, I guess it's alright then. But I feel like I should let you know that I have this problem. When I let things like books and writings fill my thoughts, I kind of forget to pay attention to other people. So I'm sorry if I end up saying something strange. Please stop me if I start talking too much. I really don't think you need to worry. That just means you're passionate about reading. The least I can do is listen. It's a literature club after all. Ah, that's true. In fact, I might as well get started reading it, right? You don't have to. What are you saying? Just a moment ago, you said you were looking forward to it. Let me just get the book. I quickly retrieved the book that I put into my bag. Alright, it's fine if I sit here, right? I slip into the seat next to Yuri's. Ah, yeah. You sure? You seem a little apprehensive. I'm sorry. It's not that I don't want you to. It's just something I'm not very used to. On PS4, you still out here? Hell yeah. We did get, I don't know when you were gone, AK. It was, we got Yuri. That is reading in company with someone. I see. Well, just don't tell me if I end up distracting you or anything. Alright. Open the book and start the prologue. I soon understand what Yuri means about reading in company. It's as if I can feel her presence over my shoulder as I read. It's not a particularly bad thing. Maybe a little distracting, but the feeling is somewhat comforting. Yuri is in the corner of my eye. I realize that she's not actually looking at her own book. I glance over. Looks like she's reading from my book instead. Sorry, I was just... You really apologize a lot, don't you? I do? I don't really mean to. Sorry. I mean... yeah, this should work, right? I slide my desk until it's up against Yuri's, then hold my book more between the two of them. Oh, how cute. Ah, I suppose so. Yuri timidly closes her own copy. Once we each lean in a little bit, our shoulders are almost touching. Well, also, like, I feel like that's kind of like reading from the same book at the same time. Like, it's kind of less effective than reading it on your own, is it not? Feels like my left arm is in the way, so instead I use my right hand to hold the book open. I guess that makes it kind of difficult to turn the page. Here. Yuri takes her left arm and holds the left side of the book between her thumb and forefinger. Ah, I do the same thing with my right arm on the right side of the book. That way, I turn the page and Yuri slides it under her thumb and her flips to her side. But holding it like this, or hold it even closer together than before, that's kind of distracting me. As if I can feel the warmth of Yuri's face. Her face? She's in the corner of my vision. Are you ready? Okay. To turn the page. Oh, sorry. I think I got a bit distracted for a second. I glance over at Yuri's face again, and her eyes meet. I love how in the picture you can see her like glancing over at me. I can see that, yeah. I don't know if I'll be able to keep up with her. Ah, that's okay. You're not as used to reading, right? I don't mind being patient if it takes you a bit longer. It's probably the least I can do. So you've been so patient with me. Yeah, thanks. We continue reading. Yuri no longer asks me if I'm ready to turn the page. Instead, I assume that she's finished the page before me, so I turn it by my own volition. We continue the first chapter in silence. Even so, turning each page almost feels like an intimate exchange. My thumb gently letting go of the page, letting it flutter over to her side as she catches it under her own thumb. Yuri, this might be a silly thought, but the main character kind of reminds me of you a little bit. You think so? How does she? Well, I guess she's more blunt in a lot of ways, but she also second guesses all the things that she says and does. Like, she's afraid she'll do something wrong. It's not like I can see into your head or anything, but they're kind of reminiscent of some of your mannerisms. I see. Yuri remained silent for a moment. Xerxes, that's probably a terrible thing to have in common with her. That's so embarrassing that you think that. Wait, I didn't mean it in a bad way or anything. Sorry, I really didn't know you were self-conscious about that sort of thing. I guess I meant that it's kind of cute. Ah, what are you saying all of a sudden? Okay, everyone. I think it's about time we share today's poems with each other. It's the poems. Let's go. We might not have enough time if we wait too long. Ah, Yuri exhales, spared from finishing her thought. Is that all right, Yuri? You look kind of down. I'm sorry if you haven't been looking forward to this. Ah, it's fine. Yuri releases her hand from her book, causing it to close on top of my thumb. Alright, I guess I'll do some more reading tonight. Would you prefer if I only read it with you? I guess I don't have too much of a preference either way. In that case, I'll read a little more tonight. It'd be fun to read with you after if it picks up a bit, you know? That's good reasoning. In that case, feel free to finish the first 2 chapters in your own time. Alright, I stand up, make a mental note of where I left off in the book, and slip it back in my bag. By the way, did you remember to write a poem last night? Yeah. My relaxation ends. I can't believe I agreed to do something so embarrassing. Couldn't really find much inspiration, so I've never really done this before. Well, now that everyone's ready, why don't you find someone to share with? Can't wait! Saori and Monica enthusiastically pull up their poems. Saori's is on a wrinkled sheet of loose leaf torn from a spiral notebook. Yuri was our inspiration, so we'll see how this goes. On the other hand, Monica wrote hers in a composition notebook. I can already see Monica's pristine handwriting from where I sit. Natsuki and Yuri reluctantly comply as well, reaching into their bags. I do the same myself. I mean, do we go like straight into... I don't see a reason why I would show my poem of like it's gotta be Yuri, you know? We made it like with her in mind. Yuri seems the most experienced, so I should start with her. I could trust her opinion to be fair. As Yuri reads the poem, I notice her eyes lighten. Exceptional. What was that? Did I say that out loud? Yuri first covers her mouth, but then ends up covering her whole face. Oh. Hi. He's going to hate me. Really didn't do anything wrong, Yuri. I guess you're right. What am I getting so nervous for? Yuri takes a breath. So, what kind of writing experience do you have? So I was thinking, like, I wasn't sure if the interaction we were having with Yuri was because of our poem, but I guess it wasn't. And like now we could choose whoever, and then it just happened that we did match up the best with Yuri. So Pog, I would assume. What kind of writing experience do you have? Your use of imagery and metaphors indicates you've written a lot of poetry before. Yeah, I mean, what can I say? I had that all in mind when I was making it, so pretty much a master wordsmith. You heard of Shakespeare? Yeah, me neither. Wow, that's a huge compliment coming from you. It's actually my first time, really. Huh? Yuri stares at me blankly, then looks at my poem again. Well, I know that. I just meant, Yuri trails off, unable to find an excuse. She traces her finger along the words in her poem, as if breaking it down more thoroughly. Yeah, okay. This is the reason I was able to tell. Oh, damn true. My butt. It's just that there are specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers. And having been through that myself, I kind of learned to pick it up on them. I think the most noticeable thing I recognize in new writers is that they try to make their style very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick a writing style separate from the topic matter, and they fit the two together. I mean, it makes sense. The end result is that both the style and the expressiveness are weakened. Once Yuri finds her train of thought, it's as if her demeanor totally changes. Her stammering is completely gone, and she sounds like an expert. Of course, it's not something you can be blamed for. There are only so many different skills and techniques that go into writing even a simple poem. Not just finding and building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. It might take you some time, but it all comes with practice and learning by example and trying new things. I also hope that everyone else in the club gives you valuable feedback. Natsuki can be a little biased, though. Biased? How? Well, never mind. I shouldn't be talking about people like that. Sorry. It's fine. I'm sure if Yuri apologizes to herself, to me, or to Natsuki. Do you mind if I read your poem now? Please do. I'd love to share my thought process behind it. Yuri smiles dreamily, as if it's a rare opportunity to her. True, nah, that'd be a good idea. I would if I could, Ephraim. Which itself is kind of funny. After all, isn't this supposed to be a literature club? Ghost under the light. Wait, can I? Yeah. Ghost under the light. The tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath the amber glow, bathing. It must be this one. The last remaining streetlight that withstood the test of time. The last yet to be replaced by the sickening blue-green hue of the future. I bathe. Calms breathing air of the present, but living in the past. The light flickers. I flicker back. How was that? That was a good poem. Nice. This is her poem. Sorry. Such terrible handwriting. Oh, it was a semicolon. Okay, dog, that's next level. Holy shit. She put a semicolon in her poem? Jesus Christ. She's a genius. I wasn't thinking that at all. But it took you a long time to read. Well, I just don't read script very often. And the handwriting's so pretty. I actually think your handwriting is pretty, right? See, look! Eh? That's a relief. Also, I like the poem. Even though it's short, it was really descriptive. It wasn't too short? I usually write longer poems. Not at all. I'm really glad you liked it. I'll be honest. Since it's our first time sharing, I wanted to write something a little more mild. Something easy to digest, I suppose. Are you in a ghost theory? Hoo-hoo. I don't know. That might have been how she was trying to go about that. Actually, the story isn't about a ghost at all, Xerxes. Really? I must have totally missed the point. Well, I suppose you did glance over it after all. But remember that poets often express their own thoughts, feelings, and experiences in their work. They usually do more than tell a simple story or paint a picture. In this case, perhaps the subject of the poem is only being symbolically compared to a ghost, lingering in her last remaining place of comfort, unable to let go of the past, and soon to be left with nothing. It's a lot more solemn putting it that way. I hadn't even thought of that. That's impressive. It's nothing, really. Yours was impressive too, so... Nah. If anything, I could probably learn a thing or two from you. Think so? Yeah, of course. You know, I was really nervous about doing all this, but in the end I enjoyed it. I'm going to keep doing my best for you, Xerxes. For me? Me too. Huge. Oh, okay, we can read into other people too. I guess Sayori's our friend. Might as well go for it. See what she thinks. It's a good poem, Xerxes. Are you sure it's your first time? Of course. It's not that good. Am I the kind of guy who would be writing poems in his spare time? I guess you're right. But that's why it impressed me. Well, to be honest, I was afraid you wouldn't do it seriously. At least you wouldn't write one at all. I'm just really happy that you wrote one. It just reminds me of how you're really a part of the club now. True, I sure am. Not to mention the fact that I'm standing in front of you in the club room. Well, of course. Not really into it yet, but that doesn't mean I'll break my promise. See? It's like I said before, Xerxes. Deep down, you're not selfish at all, you know? Trying new things like this for other people. That's something that only really good people do. True. Thanks, Sayori. I'm not sure if Sayori sees the full picture of my motive here. And again, can't deny that she's part of the reason I joined, knowing how much this means to her and all. Yeah, I'm gonna make sure you have lots of fun here, okay? That'll be my way of thanking you. Alright, I'm gonna hold you to that then. Yay! Now, you'll read my poem too, right? Don't worry, I'm really bad at this. Well, we'll see about that. Dear sunshine, the way you glow through my blinds in the morning, it makes me feel like you missed me. Kissing my forehead to help me out of bed, making me rub the sleepy from my eyes. Are you asking me to come out and play? Are you trusting me to wish away a rainy day? I look above. The sky is blue. It's a secret, but I trust you too. If it wasn't for you, I could sleep forever. But I'm not mad. I want breakfast. That one hits deep. Sayori, this is just a guess, but... Did you wait until this morning to write this? No. Just a little bit. You can't answer just a little bit to a yes or no question. I forgot to do it last night. Well, at least it makes me feel a little better about myself. Right? Yeah, like the breakfast does smack. Don't be mean. I still try my best. Yeah. I didn't mean to say that it was a bad poem. It came out nice, or how should I put it? Sounds just like you. Really? Yeah. Especially that last line. I made eggs and toast. Even though you were late to school, it's bad to skip breakfast. I get all cranky. Well, I guess there's no point in arguing. Anyway, thanks for showing me. This is so much fun. Monika's the best. Yeah, but next time, I won't forget. I'm gonna write the best poem ever. Well, I guess look forward to it. What am I supposed to take off the hats, Bidley? If you spent 2,000 channel points on me putting on a hat, would you be happy with me taking off the hat? That'd be kind of fucking weird, champ. I feel like Monika is supposed to be the last one, but like, we'll save Monika for last. Natsuki, what you got? Xerxes, if you're not gonna take this club seriously, then go home. What? Harsh. Do you expect me to believe you actually put effort into this? Do you think I'm stupid? I'm not a writer. Maybe it's not very good, but yeah, I did put an effort. We all start somewhere, right? I'm still proud of the first poem you ever wrote, and I'd like to read it. Painful to think about? Fine. Well, sorry. It'll be better anyway. I tell you what to improve, but you're better off just trying again. Fair enough. Well, to each their own, I guess. Anyway, I guess I gotta share mine now. Knowing you'll probably think it's stupid. Damn, she is not. Feeling it, dude. Eagles can fly. Monkeys can climb. Crickets can leap. Horses can race. Owls can seek. Cheetahs can run. Eagles can fly. Again. People can try. That's about it. Deep. Yeah. I told you you weren't gonna like it. I like it. What? Just be honest. I am. Why are you so convinced that I wouldn't like it? Well, because everyone in high school thinks that writing has to be all sophisticated and stuff. So people don't even take my writing seriously. But isn't that the point of poems? For people to express themselves? Your writing style should make your message wouldn't make your message any less valid. Yes, exactly. I like it when it's easy to read, but it hits you hard. Like in this poem. Seeing everyone around you do great things can be really disheartening. So I decided to write about it. Yeah, I understand. But the other nice thing about simple writing is that it puts more weight on the wordplay. Like I set up for a rhyme at the end, but they made it fall flat on purpose. It helps bring out the feeling in the last line. So you did. Guess more went into it than I realized. Exactly, yeah, dude. See, look at this. That's what it means to be a pro. I'm glad you learned something. Didn't expect that from the youngest one here, did you? Yeah, I guess not. I decided to humor her with that last comment. Don't really care how old everyone is, but if Mitsuki is feeling proud, I won't take that away from her. Monica, what you got? Hi, Xerxes. Having a good time so far? Yeah. Good, glad to hear it. By the way, since you're new and everything, if you ever have any suggestions for the club, like new activities or things we can do better, I'm always listening. Don't be afraid to bring things up, okay? Alright, I'll keep that in mind. Of course I'll be afraid to bring things up. Much better off just going with the flow until I'm more settled in. Anyway, want to share your poem with me? Kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to. Don't worry, Xerxes. We're all a little embarrassed today, you know? It's that sort of barrier that we all learn to get past soon. Yeah, that's true. I hand Monica my poem. Great job, Xerxes. Was going, in my head while really reading it. In your head, not out loud? It's really metaphorical. I'm not sure why, but I didn't expect you to go for something so deep. Guess I underestimated you. It's easiest for me to keep everyone's expectations low. That way, it always counts when I put in some effort. Good man. It's not very fair. Well, I guess it worked anyway. You know that Yuri likes this kind of writing, right? Writing that's full of imagery and symbolism. Unlike Sayori, he likes using simple and direct words that describe happiness and sadness. Yuri likes it when readers are left to derive their own meaning out of it. It's very challenging to write like that effectively, with allowing people to get something out of it just by feel, or letting them deeply analyze all the nuances. It takes years of practice, which I'm assuming Yuri has at this point. I never really asked you, though. I'm sure I'm nowhere near her level yet. Don't worry so much about that. You do your own thing. Just keep exploring and learn by trying new things. I'm sure I'll end up trying different things a lot. I'll take a while before I feel comfortable doing this. That's okay. I'd love to see you try new things. That's the best way to find the kind of style that suits you. Everyone else might be a little biased towards their own kinds of styles, but I'll always help you find what suits you the most. Don't force yourself to write the way everyone wants you to write. It's like you have to worry about impressing them or anything. Right. Anyway, do you want to read my poem now? Don't worry, I'm not very good. You sound pretty confident for someone who claims to not be very good. Well, that's because I have to sound confident. That doesn't mean I always feel that way, you know? I see. Well, let's read it then. Hole in wall. Oh my goodness. It couldn't have been me. See the direction the spackle protrudes? A noisy neighbor, an angry boyfriend? I'll never know, I wasn't home. I peer inside for a clue. No, I can't see. I reel, blind, like a film left out in the sun. But it's too late. My retinas, already scorched with a permanent copy of the meaningless image. It's just a little hole, it wasn't too bright. It's too deep, stretching forever into everything. A hole of infinite choices. I realize now that I wasn't looking in. I was looking out. And he, on the other side, was looking in. So what do you think? It's very freeform, if that's what you call it. So I'm not really the right person to ask for feedback. That's okay. Yeah, the kind of style has gotten pretty popular nowadays. That is, a lot of poems have been putting emphasis on timing between words and lines. When performed out loud, it can be really powerful. Was that the inspiration behind this one? Well, I'm not sure if I know how to put it. I guess you could say I kind of had an epiphany. Yeah, it's some kind of epiphany recently. It's been influencing my poems a lot. An epiphany? Yeah, something like that. I'm kind of nervous to talk about deep stuff like that because it's kind of coming on strongly. Maybe after everyone is better friends with each other. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes, when you're writing a poem or a story, your brain gets too fixated on a specific point. If you try so hard to make it perfect, you'll never make any progress. Just force yourself to get something down on paper and tidy it up later. Anyway, another way to think about this is, if you keep your pen in the same spot for too long, you'll get a big dark puddle of ink. So just move your hand and go with the flow. That's my advice for the day. Thanks for listening. Good advice. Good luck, Colgate. Phew. Guess that's everyone. I glanced around the room. It was a little more stressful than I anticipated, as if everyone is judging me for my mediocre writing abilities. Even if they're just being nice, there's no way my poems can stand up to theirs. This is a literature club, after all. I sigh. Guess that's what I end up getting myself into. Across the room, Sayori and Monica are happily chatting. My eyes land on Yuri and Natsuki. They gingerly exchange sheets of paper, sharing their respective poems. As they read in tandem, I watch each of their expressions change. Natsuki's eyebrows furrow in frustration. Meanwhile, Yuri smiles sadly. What's with this language? Eh? Did you say something? Oh, it's nothing. Natsuki dismissively returns the poem to the desk with one hand. I guess you could say it's fancy. Thanks. Yours is cute. Cute? Did you completely miss the symbolism or something? It's clearly about the feeling of giving up. How can that be cute? I know that. I just meant the language, I guess. I'm trying to say something nice. Eh? You mean you have to try hard to come up with something nice to say? Thanks. But it didn't really come out nice at all. Well, I do have a couple suggestions. If I was looking for suggestions, I would have come and asked someone who actually liked it. Which people did, by the way. Sayori liked it, and Xerxes did too. So based on that, I'll gladly give you some suggestions of my own. First of all, excuse me. I appreciate this offer, but I've spent a long time establishing my writing style. Don't expect to change anytime soon. Unless, of course, I come across something particularly inspiring, which I haven't yet. And Xerxes liked my poem too, you know. He even told me he was impressed by it. Natsuki suddenly stands up. Uh-oh, we're about to have a fight. Oh? Didn't realize you were so invested in trying to impress our new member, Yuri. That's not what I meant. You're just... Yuri stands up as well. Maybe you're just jealous that Xerxes appreciates my advice more than he appreciated yours. Huh? And how do you know that he didn't appreciate my advice more? Are you that full of yourself? No. If I was full of myself, I would deliberately go out of my way to make everything I do overly cutesy. Is everyone okay? Well, you know what? I wasn't the one whose... Wait, what? I was the one whose boobs magically grew a size bigger as soon as Xerxes started showing up. Natsuki. Natsuki, that's a little... Doesn't involve you. I don't like fighting, guys. Suddenly, both girls turned towards me, as if they noticed I was standing there. Xerxes. She's trying to make me look bad. That's not true. She started it. If she could get over herself and learn to appreciate that simple writing is more effective, then this would have never happened in the first place. That's the point of making your poems all convoluted for no reason. The meaning should jump out at the reader, not force them to have to figure it out. Help me explain that to her, Xerxes. Wait, there's a reason I have so many deep expressive words in our language. It's the only way I can convey complex feelings and meaning. Meaning the most effectively. Avoiding them is not unnecessarily limiting yourself. It's also a waste. You understand that, right, Xerxes? Well? How did I get dragged into this in the first place? It's not like I know anything about writing, but whomever I agree with, they'll probably think more highly of me. So that's gonna be... But I actually do agree with Yuri. Simp. That's it. Oh, I'm sorry, wait, what? Natsuki, you're right that I like your poem. See? Wait! It's not an excuse for you to be so mean. You shouldn't pick a fight just because someone's opinion is different. That's not what happened at all. Yuri wouldn't even take my poem seriously. I understand. Yuri, okay? You're a seriously talented writer. There's no secret that I was impressed. Well, But here's the thing. No matter how simple or refined someone's writing style is, they're still putting feelings into it that becomes something really personal. That's why Natsuki felt threatened when you said her poem was cute. I see. I didn't notice that. I'm sorry. Suki, you took it way too far. Yuri means well, and if you just told her how you felt, this would have never happened in the first place. Are you kidding? That's exactly what I did. It was her that... Natsuki, I think that's enough. You both said some things you didn't mean. Yuri apologized. Don't you think you should too? Natsuki clenches her fists. In the end, nobody is taking her side. She's trapped. At this point, being defiant, only because she can't handle the pressure. I end up feeling bad for her. Sometimes when I'm hurt, it helps to take a walk and clear my head. Sayori, she doesn't need to... You know what? I'm gonna do that. It'll spare me from having to look at all your faces right now. Without warning, Natsuki snatches her own poem up from the desk and storms out. On her way out, she crumbles up the poem with her hands and throws it in the trash. Natsuki. She really didn't need to do that. Look across the room. Yuri has her chin buried in her hands, while she stares down her desk. I gingerly approach her in an adjacent chair. Everything alright? I'm so embarrassed. Can't believe I acted like that. Probably hate me now. No, Yuri. How could anyone... anyone not have gotten frustrated after being treated like that? You handled it as well as anyone could. I don't think any less of you. Well, alright. I believe you. Thanks, Xerxes. You're too kind. I'm thankful to have you as part of the club now. It's nothing. One more thing. The thing that Natsuki said about, you know, I would never do anything so shameful. So, what thing did Natsuki say? Well, never mind that. I'm gonna make some tea. Good idea. Make enough for more than one person, okay? Yeah. Okay, everyone. Just about time for us to leave. How did you all feel about sharing poems? It was a lot of fun. Well, I'd say it was worth it. It was alright, well, mostly. Xerxes, how about you? I'd say the same. It was a neat thing to talk about with everyone. Awesome. In that case, we'll do the same thing tomorrow. Maybe. You learn from something. You learn something from your friends, too. So your poems will turn out even better. Think to myself. Gonna learn a little more about the kinds of poems everyone likes. With any luck, that means I can at least do a better job of impressing those I want to impress. I nod to myself with newfound determination. Xerxes, ready to walk home? Sure, let's go. Sayori beams at me. It's surely been a while since Sayori and I have spent this much time together. Can't really say I'm not enjoying it either. Sayori, not what happened earlier. What do you mean? You know, between Yuri and Natsuki. Does that kind of thing happen often? No. It's really the first time I've seen them fight like that. I promise they're both wonderful people. You don't hate them, do you? No, I don't hate them. Just wanted your opinion, that's all. I can see why they'd make good friends with you. Phew. You know, Xerxes, it's nice that I get to spend time with you in the club. But I think seeing you get along with everyone is what makes me the happiest. I think everyone really likes you too. Every day is going to be so much fun. Looks like Sayori still hasn't caught onto the kind of situation I'm in. Sure, being friends with everyone is nice, but does it really need to stop there? It's not just a regular hyphen, Elaine, it's the tilde. A little squiggly, you know, it's like the kind of bubbliness on it. We'll just have to see what the future holds, Sayori. Pat Sayori on the shoulder. I said that more to myself than to her, but it's easy to use Sayori as an internal monologue sometimes. Okay, see, there you go. Yeah, let's do this. Bet. Okay, so now, big words. Existence. Frightening. True. But also, unstable. Pain. Oh, no, that's her. Intellectual. Effulgent. Contamination. This is the name of the game. They said it. Whoa, look. Anxiety. Judgment. Variance. Disarray. Oh, we're killing it. Determination. Unrequited. Oh, no. Disoriented. Raindrops. After image. Uncanny. Yeah. Yo, Aldrich, my man. Appreciate the sub. 4 months. Good to have you back. How goes it? Alright, see you in a bit. Colgate. Breath. Incongruent. Misery. Oh, no, never mind. I should have done entropy. Oh, yes, this game. Another day passes, and it's time for the club meeting already. I've gotten a little more comfortable here over the past couple of days. Entering the club room, the usual scene greets me. Hi, Xerxes. Yo, Sayori. Looks like you're in a good mood today. I'm just not used to being in the club, that's all. I see. Pretty simple thing to get you into the mood. But I guess it's always the simple things with you anyway. Speaking of which, Poggin Gale. You might be. I'm kinda hungry. Will you come with me to buy a snack? No thanks. Eh? That's not like you at all. I have my reasons. Why don't we take a look at your purse, Sayori? Huh? Why that all of a sudden? No reason really. Just want to look at it. Sayori nervously retrieves her coin purse. She fumbles with the latch, gets it open. And she turns it upside down and lets its contents spill out onto the desk. Only 2 small coins fall out. I knew it. I can see right through you, Sayori. That's not fair. How'd you even know? It's simple. If you had enough money in the first place, you would have bought a snack before coming to the club room. So either you're not hungry and want an excuse to take a walk, or you plan to conveniently forget that you spent all your money so that I would lend you some. There's one more thing. Oh? I can't believe he's going for Yuri. Sorry, Stellar. There's a Yuri stream. Natsuki's out. You're always hungry. So that only leaves the option for one. I give up. Don't make me feel guilty. If you feel guilty, that means you deserve to feel guilty. Yuri suddenly giggles. Eh? I didn't notice that she was listening in. Her face is in her book, as always. I wasn't listening or anything. There was something in my book. Yuri, tell Xerxes to let me borrow some money. Don't get me involved like that, Sayori. Besides, you can only buy what you can responsibly afford. And frankly, deploying a mischievous little son like that through suffering is fair enough retribution. Ooh, Sayori. I think you're the first one to say Sayori. I think you're outnumbered, Stellar. The Yuri, Club Yuri. Full force. But I didn't mean that. I got too absorbed into my book. Really like when you speak your mind, Yuri. It doesn't happen much, but it's a fun side of you. There's no way you could think that. You're right, though. I did something bad, and now I have to accept the retribution. That, still, coming from you, Sayori. So there's a little devil inside all of us, isn't there? Don't let her fool you. Sayori knows exactly what she's doing. I mean, they build up Monica to be like the cream of the crop, so I mean, it's kind of disingenuous to go for Monica, you know? That's the easy choice, you know? If I was better than Bidley, I'd go for it, but give us the ooh-woo we all want. When it comes into context, I'll give you a... they don't say ooh-woo, though. They say, like, ooh, and stuff like that. So who knows exactly what she's doing. After all, she told you guys she was bringing me to the club before she even told me. But you wouldn't come if you weren't for the cupcakes. So I had to trick Natsuki into making them. Come on, give me more credit than that, Sayori. Oh. Kya! Out of nowhere, something smacks Sayori in the face and tumbles onto the desk. Moshi moshi. Running low. Ow! A cookie. Sure enough, it's a giant cookie wrapped in plastic. Sayori glances around. Is this a miracle? It's because I paid my retribution. Actually, that one almost worked. True. I was just gonna give it to you. You fucking... Okay, listen. You fucking... Go wild. I'm just gonna give it to you. But then I heard you blab about the cupcakes. It's totally worth seeing your reaction, though. Natsuki! That's so nice of you. I'm so happy. Sayori hugs the cookie. Geez, just eat it. Sayori rapidly tears open the wrapper and takes a big bite. So good. Sayori suddenly clasps her hands over her mouth. I bit my tongue. You're going through a lot over just one cookie. Natsuki takes a bite of her own cookie. Ah, yours looks good too, Natsuki. Can I try it? Jeez, beggars can't be choosers. Yours is chocolate. Yeah, why do you think I gave you that one? Fine. Still, really happy that you shared this with me. Sayori gets out of her seat and gets behind Natsuki, then wraps her arms around her. Ah, jeez. I get it. Cookie still in hand, Natsuki reaches up to nudge Sayori off of her. Sayori suddenly leans down and takes a bite out of Natsuki's cookie. Hey! Did you seriously just do that? Mouthful, Sayori trots away to safety. Yuri and I laugh as well. Jeez, you're such a kid sometimes. Monica, can you tell Sayori? Natsuki glances around. Monica isn't in the club room. Where's Monica anyway? Good question. I mean, the poll's not over yet. It's an easy poll, not even close. Have any of you ever heard anything about being... have any of you heard anything about her being late today? Not me. Is Yuri? I'm not even looking at the results yet. Now, if Yuri's last, I'm gonna be pissed. I'm gonna start banning people if Yuri's last. That happened either. It's a bit unusual. I hope she's okay. Of course she's okay. She probably just had something to do today. Nah, that's Suki. Stellar put 3K channel points on it. Yuri dead ass last. Where is... Ah, I knew it. I was gonna say, like, where's Nas? Where's Elena? They were gonna vote Yuri, weren't they? Kinda weird. Yikes. So, Natsuki had 36 votes. Sayori had 15. Monica had 5. Yuri had 2 votes. God damn. Well, I mean, this just shows that Stellar has to be banned. He did contribute 3,300 channel points to make sure that happened. Kind of weird. I keep on blocking whenever you say waifu. Oh, actually, it blocked waifus the first time, then it blocked waifu this time. Thank you, Alex, for helping us out. See, I knew Nas would have been on it. Oh well. Allow the W word. It's allowed now. Don't worry. You're safe. You're safe. It's pretty popular after all. Eh? You don't think she has a... I wouldn't be surprised. You're probably more desirable than all of us combined. That's true. Excuse me? I got you. Gorilla Mo. I prepared for this. Whoop. Oop. Actually, I can upload this. Huge. Change all 29 of them, if only. No, never mind. I was gonna say something. I'm just not gonna say it. Actually, we're gonna keep the beanies. I'm gonna change. Oh, this is perfect. I'm gonna change this one into this one. Bam. Huge. Suddenly, the door swings open. Oh. Someone coming in. Open the door, get on the floor. Sorry, I'm super sorry. Ah, there you are. Didn't mean to be late. Hope you guys weren't worried or anything. Eh? Monica chose the club over her boyfriend after all. You're so strong-willed. Boyfriend? What on earth are you talking about? Monica quizzically glances at me. Never mind that. What held you up anyway? Well, my last period today was study hall. To be honest, I kind of just lost track of time. You're like, oh shit, wait a second, he has a lot of hats. Makes no sense though. You would have heard the bell ring at least. Must not have heard it, so I was practicing piano. Piano? Wasn't it where you played music? As well, Monica. I don't really. Kinda just started recently. I've always wanted to learn piano. That's so cool. You should play something for us, Monica. Monica looks at me. Damn, kinda weird, Alex. Kinda weird. Maybe once I get a little bit better, I will. Yay! That sounds cool. I'd always look forward to it. Is that so? In that case, I won't let you down, Xerxes. Monica smiles sweetly. Ah, I didn't mean to pressure you or anything like that. Don't worry, I've been practicing a whole lot recently, and I really love the chance to share once I'm ready. I see. In that case, best of luck. Thanks. So, I didn't miss anything, did I? No, not really. I choose to leave out Sayori's mischievous escapade. I'm sure Natsuki would end up complaining to her anyway. True. And then spit more on the, more channel points on the poll. Y'all immediately like, oh, playing a long-form visual novel game? Oh, he needs hats. Looks like everyone has already settled down. Sayori somehow already finished her entire cookie. Yuri is back to her book, and Natsuki disappeared into the closet. Hey, Yuri. Eh? Ah. I suddenly noticed that Yuri's reading a different book from the one we'd been reading together. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. No. I was kind of just waiting for you. If that's the case, why don't we go ahead and get started? Yes, let's. Actually, I have a request. Do you mind if I make some tea first? Not at all. Thanks very much. There's one thing I can make that can make my read time any better. It's a nice cup of tea. Oh, not me. Kind of weird. Not to mention yourself was okay. Stop. Okay, you got me. Yuri stands up and makes her way to the closet. I follow and watch as she retrieves a small water pitcher from the shelf, the kind with a filter inside. Can you hold this for a second? Sure. Yuri hands me the water pitcher and also fetches an electric kettle. I unplug this in at the teacher's desk, and then we'll go get some water. She walks past me and sets the kettle down at the teacher's desk. I simply watch her movements. To my surprise, the way she moves really contrasts her speaking mannerisms, especially because of her long legs. Yuri appears elegant and methodical. Okay, may I have the pitcher of water? Thanks, I'll be right back. Might as well walk with you. Yeah, why not? Shall we go then? Yeah. Where are you two off to? Eh? Yuri was gonna make some tea, so I suddenly realized how weird it sounds to explain this to Monica. We're just filling the water pitcher. Okay. Sorry, I was just a bit curious. It's kind of a one-person job, isn't it? Monica, please mind your own business for once. Do you want me to tell them? Or do you want me to tell there's something wrong with helping involve Xerxes in club activities? Eh? Mouth gapes. I suppose there's nothing wrong with that. So let's go, Xerxes. Huh? Yuri quickly exits the room, and I follow. Once I'm in the hallway, she suddenly puts her forehead against the wall. I spoke without thinking. How could I say something like that? Yuri? Something about the way she said that made me feel so irritated. Where nothing bad happens at all, exactly. What's wrong with me? No, Yuri. I think you did the right thing. I wasn't expecting it, but it's also not right for Monica to judge people like that. Xerxes? How come when I do something bad, you're being nice to me? Because nothing you do is as bad as you make it seem in your head. Nobody's perfect. We have emotions, and we can't always hide them away. But you always amplify things in your head. Your mind turns a little light rain shower into a hurricane. No. Wouldn't you hate me for something as terrible as that? Why would I hate you? You can't hate someone for having emotions. What kind of friend would do that? Friend, you say? Yuri lifts her head. Xerxes, I really like being friends with you. Thanks, Yuri. I like being friends with you, too. I feel kind of awkward saying something like that. But I'm doing my best to help Yuri feel better. Anyway. Yeah. Shall we go? Yeah. Yuri and I walked to the nearest water fountain. Once we fill up the water pitcher, we returned to the classroom. We just blew it. Xerxes, do you like oolong tea? Yeah. Anything is fine. Very well. Yuri sets the temperature on the kettle to 200 degrees. Now it's time to get the teapot. Really do this properly, don't you? Of course. I shouldn't do any less when I'm making tea for others. Wait, do you boil tea? Wouldn't you need to put it at 212 degrees? This story's not adding up. Even if I'm not an expert on tea or anything. In that case, you'll be even more impressed. Perhaps I will. Yuri fetches the teapot and begins measuring the tea leaves. To my surprise, she even starts humming a little bit to herself. Puts on the tea, huh? You don't have to. I guess that makes sense. To my surprise, she even starts humming a little to herself. Must be in a good mood now. Is that so? I was letting it show, and you noticed. I was doing a bit of thinking, and I decided that I would try to express myself a little more. Turns out, it's not very hard for me to do. When it's you who's around anyway. That's great, Yuri. Just don't push yourself too much. Oolong is only boiled at about 180ish. Oh, interesting. Well, not boiled then, just heated to 180. Interesting. Well, so so she's going too hard on it. At 200, that's 20 extra degrees you could have saved. Yuri, come on. You're always worrying about me, Xerxes. It's very endearing. Yuri wasn't kidding. I don't even know if I can keep up with this. I'll watch Yuri pour a cup of tea for each of us. Xerxes, I have another request. Do you mind if we sit on the floor today? Eh? Why's that? It's a little bit easier on my back. I can read with my back against the wall rather than bending over at my desk. Sorry, I didn't realize. No worries. I just have back pain fairly regularly, so I do my best to manage it. Is that so? I wonder why that is. It's most likely because your posture, right? Always hunched over like that while reading. Yes, I have terrible reading posture, so that's why we should sit on the floor. Fair enough. I'll go ahead and get my book. I retrieved the book from my bag. I have some chocolate as well. Ooh, Pog? Dude, what's y'all's favorite type of tea? Honestly, I don't really feel like I have a favorite type of tea, but, you know. It's a bag of small candies that I keep hidden from Sayori's candy radar. I take it, since it'll go well with the tea. Yuri and I then sit against the wall, teacups at our sides. As if in sync, we assume the same reading position as last time, each holding one half of the book, except this time, our bodies are even closer to each other. Green tea and cold black tea. Interesting. Huh. I can't see too well. But not hot black tea. Interesting. Yuri slides closer until our shoulders are touching. How am I supposed to focus on reading like this? Yuri was always kind of cute, but she's being less apprehensive. It's almost more than I can handle. Teacup. Ooh, blueberry tea. Honestly, I drink whatever type of tea, to be honest. I mean, sweet iced tea, legendary, you know? Yeah, the Southern staple. Yuri hands me my teacup, holding it with my hand that's not holding the book, and up in a position that makes it even harder to focus. Because now, I need to worry about making sure I don't accidentally touch her chest. Meanwhile, Yuri hasn't noticed a single thing. She wears her intense reading expression. I can only presume the world around her has faded away. I use all my willpower to focus on reading. After a few minutes, I finally manage to relax a little. I put the teacup between my legs and fumble with the chocolate wrapper. Sweet tea bad, ban her. She's out of here. Sweet as the black tea. Oh, is it? I guess it is. Huh. Oh, sorry. I briefly let go of the book to finish opening the wrapper. You can have as much as you want. That's okay. I don't want to take any. Eh? You sure? Well, sweet tea bad. Damn. Great job outing yourself so that I can ban all of you. That's great. Someone get on that. Awesome. If I touch it and it gets, then it might get smudges on the pages. You're right. Didn't even think about that. My bad. No need to apologize. I'll hold the book, okay? You sure? Of course. Yuri opens the book with both hands. This is when you know the visual novel's getting real, when you get like a custom, like a unique drawing. Like, wow. I've known people like drink unsweet tea and it's like, it just doesn't make sense. Like, I can, but when you have the option to have sweet tea, you gotta go for the sweet tea. You know? I've never been to a tea factory now. She holds it so that I don't have any harder of a time reading from it. But as a result, her left arm is practically resting on top of my leg. Well, in that case, Yuri is already totally focused on reading again. I take a chocolate candy and pop it in my mouth. Then, I take another chocolate, and I hold it up to Yuri. She doesn't even look away from the book. She simply parts her lips, as if the situation was completely natural. That means I can't stop here. I apprehensively place the chocolate in her mouth. I don't make the rules, except I do! Because I have unlimited power! Just like that, Yuri closes her lips over it. Yuri's expression suddenly breaks. Did I just... Yuri looks at me, and she needs to confirm what just happened. Xerxes. Sorry. I guess I shouldn't have done that. Well, you were just helping. That's something that friends do. Right? I mean, not really in this kind of context, but... Yeah. That's all it was. Yeah. Then... You don't need to stop or anything. I see. The situation has gotten really tense. Yuri tries to return the book. But I can tell just by her expression that even she can't focus now. My heart is pounding. I nervously take another chocolate between my fingers. This time, Yuri's eyes meet mine. How did it even come to this? Yuri doesn't avert her gaze. I notice her chest rising and falling to the rhythm of her breaths. I raise my arm. Like before, Yuri parts her lips. But it's different this time. I take the chocolate, place it in her mouth. I feel her hot breath on my fingers. Okay, everyone! Jury jolts back. It's time to share poems! Xerxes, you can help Yuri put away the tea stuff, right? Yeah, of course. Okay, thanks. Spell is abruptly broken. I'll take care of the cups. Yeah. Yuri picks up the teacups from the floor. I pick up the bag of chocolates. In the end, we hastily clean up without so much as a word between us. I get the feeling this is something neither of us will have the courage to bring up. So, I guess I'll ask later. I'm going for Yuri. Let's see what you've written for today. Yuri stares at the poem with a surprised expression on her face. Do you like it? Xerxes. This one might be even better than yesterday's. How'd you even pick up on this so quickly? Just yesterday I was telling you the kind of techniques worth practicing. Maybe that's why. You did a good job explaining. Really wanted to try giving it more imagery. Yuri visibly swallows. Even her hands appear sweaty. I'm not used to this. Used to what? I don't know. It's fine, take your time. Yuri breathes, collects her thoughts. I know that Yuri likes to think before she speaks, so offer that patience to her. Yeah, just being appreciative like this, I guess. This probably sounds really stupid, but seeing someone motivated by my writing just makes me really happy. You saying you've never shared your writing before? Yuri nods. Really? I don't believe it. I really only write for myself. Besides, people would just laugh at me. Do you really think that? Again, Yuri nods. Huh. Even your close friends. Yuri doesn't respond to that. Wonder why. Anyway, do you want to show the poem you wrote today? Yeah, I do. It's with you. The raccoon. It happened in the dead of night while I was slicing bread for a guilty snack. My attention was caught by the scuttering of a raccoon outside my window. That was, I believe, the first time I noticed my strange tendencies as a unordinary human. I gave the raccoon a piece of bread, my subconscious, well aware of the consequences, well aware that a raccoon that is fed will always come back for more. The enticing beauty of my cutting knife was a symptom. The bread, my hungry curiosity. The raccoon, an urge. The moon increments its phase and reflects that much more light off of my cutting knife. The very same light that glistens in the eyes of my raccoon friend. I slice the bread, fresh and soft. The raccoon becomes excited. But perhaps I'm merely projecting my emotions onto the newly satisfied animal. The raccoon is taken to following me. You could say that we've gotten quite used to each other. The raccoon becomes hungry more and more frequently, so my bread is always handy. Every time I brandish my cutting knife, the raccoon shows me its excitement. A rush of blood, classic Pavlovian conditioning. I slice the bread, and I feed myself again. I was a little more daring with this one than yesterday's. I can see that. I'm more metaphorical. I don't know if it's my fault, but I can't begin to imagine what this poem is about. I thought about the knife an awful lot. That's right. It's more closer to my preferred writing style, using the poem as a canvas to express vivid imagery and conveying emotions through them. If I take it at face value, I can't even figure out what it's supposed to mean. Well, see, Mac, man of culture. I'm happy to have you here, Mac. Finally, some more troops, reinforcements. I think it's something that different people can relate to in their own way. I want to express the way it feels for me to indulge in my more unusual hobbies. It's those sort of things I'm usually forced to keep to myself. So I sometimes enjoy writing about them. Why do you keep them to yourself? Because they're embarrassing. People will make fun of me. Did you have anything like that, Xerxes? Well, I guess I do. Stellar, he keeps trying. I don't know what to tell you, man. You're wrong. Objectively. I feel like everyone has a little something like that. The best we can do is respect each other and our individualities. Even if it's difficult sometimes, and some of the things make us uncomfortable. After all, if I hadn't learned to embrace my own weirdness, I would probably hate myself. AK. See, AK's like, you know what? He says, you like Yuri? That's a free sub. AK, I appreciate that. Thank you, man. Thank you. Is that people of culture are rewarded. Let that be a lesson to everyone. After all, if I hadn't learned to embrace my own weirdness, I would probably hate myself. I might be ranting a little bit now, but I'm glad you're a good listener. And then people who think that Yuri is not the best, get banned. Sorry, I do make the rules. Oh, and well, apparently, okay, maybe not. Maybe I don't make the rules. Well, thank you, appreciate the sub once again. Thank you. Really hope you enjoy your badge and emotes, even as a Yuri hater. Kind of weird, but welcome to the club. You might be a Yuri hater, but you're also a Zoomer. That's with an X. Time to make another poll. Is it? I mean, it's almost not fair, you know, because Stellar put all those votes on the first poll. Do we just do another poll because people missed it? I don't know. Colgate, I might have an answer for you. Maybe. Here's Resident Sleeper. I don't know. You gotta look deeper than the surface, you know? Have you kept your hats on all this time? That's a trade secret. I cannot tell you because I would have to kill you. Writing, listening. There really are maybe people like you, Xerxes. That's exaggerating a little bit. It's just how I feel. Never thought I could feel so comfortable sharing my writing. But now I almost feel like I look forward to it. Just a really nice feeling. Do to thank for that. I mean, I don't know what more to tell you about Yuri, but I just don't get it, you know? I guess we can do like without the extra votes. See, that's the thing, but like, cause Nas wants to like outbid someone or out channel point someone, you know? It's nothing really. Yuri smiles sincerely at me. You know, fine. No additional votes. Poll is started. Yuri or bust. I mean, I can't agree more, dude. For just a moment, her timidness seems to disappear. Should I read my poem to you next? I guess fucking, let's see, can you get that out of the way? So, where'd it go? Is your lock screen? Oh, well, shit, dude! Stellar, you're playing both sides here. What the hell? Well, can't admit that it's better than the last one. Nice to see you're putting in some effort. That's good. But I still don't like this at all. Just trying too hard to be serious. What do you mean by that? Poems don't need to be all deep sounding to express something. It's going to sound like you're forcing it unless you really don't suck at it. Honestly, don't bother trying to write poems like this until you're on Yuri's level. Until he stops all of a sudden. Don't tell me. You're not trying to impress Yuri, are you? What are you talking about? Keep your voice down. Oh shoot, I need a vote in this. Oh, get fucked on. Are you kidding? Let's fucking go, dude. Let's go. What are you talking about? Keep your voice down. You know Yuri would love this kind of angsty. Just because she's a talented writer doesn't mean I mean, ooh. Looks like I'm in trouble. I somehow struck a nerve, though what I did is beyond me. I'm so done with you. Suki shoves the poem I handed her back to me. Take your stupid poem. If you wrote it for someone else, just don't show it to me. Ouch. That's what I get for letting a younger girl step into my business. True. He said they rigged it. What if I like them all? Ooh, uh-oh. She's playing all the sides, so she never loses. You know? Unless I was a mind reader, I was destined to be in a world of pain. Dude, look at that. Look at that. Easiest pull of my life. I mean, that confirms it. What can I say? This Satsuki wasn't really the girl I was trying to impress in the first place. Sayori, what you got? Oh, I like this one, Xerxes. Has some nice feelings in it. Had to rig the second poll. I unrigged it. You couldn't do extra votes, so everybody was equally represented. I'm glad. Does that mean it's better than yesterday's? Let me think. I don't know. Guess I like them both. It's not very helpful, you know. Well, I'm not very good at figuring out if poems are good or bad, but that's why I just go by my heart. It makes me feel things. It must be a good poem. I'm not sure that's exactly how it works. Then again, I guess conveying feelings is a pretty important part of the whole thing. Yeah, maybe. Honestly, I don't even know what kind of run you like in the first place. Yeah, me neither. Why don't you at least try to give me some thoughts? Oh, you want to write something for me? That's so sweet. Yeah, right. But you're always thinking about other people. You need to think about yourself once in a while. If you don't, you might end up getting hurt at some point. Eh? Well, I don't really know what you mean, but I'll try to keep that in mind. Well, whatever. Anyway, let's see. Yeller, what's going on? I guess I like happy poems. Wait, sometimes I like sad poems too. Sometimes a little bit of both. There's a word for that, right? What's the word I'm looking for? Bittersweet. Yeah. I like things that are happy and things that are sad. Happy and sad? I can't see you liking something sad, Sayori. Well, I like happy the most. Sometimes, when you have a little rain cloud in your head, a sad poem can help give a rain cloud a little hug. Make it a nice happy rainbow. Sayori, that's unexpectedly poetic. Is it? Maybe I'm better at expressing my feelings after all. Thanks, Xerxes. Let's go write that down then. You can read my poem now, okay? Bottles. I pop off my scalp like the lid of a cookie jar. It's a secret place where I keep all my dreams. Little balls of sunshine, all rubbing together like a bundle of kittens. I reach inside with my thumb and forefinger and pluck one out. It's warm and tingly. But there's no time to waste. I put it in a bottle to keep it safe, and I put the bottle on the shelf with all the other bottles. Happy thoughts, happy thoughts, happy thoughts, and bottles all in a row. My collection makes me lots of friends. Each bottle a starlight to make amends. Sometimes my friend feels a certain way. Down comes the bottle to save the day. Night after night, more dreams. Friend after friend, more bottles. Deeper and deeper my fingers go, like exploring a dark cave. Discovering the secrets in the nooks and crannies. Digging and digging, scraping and scraping. I blow dust off my bottle caps. Doesn't feel like time elapsed. My empty shelf could use some more. My friends look through my locked front door. Finally all done, open up, and in come my friends. In they come in such a hurry. Do they want my bottles that much? I frantically pull them from the shelf, one after the other, holding them out to each and every friend, each and every bottle. But every time I let one go, it shatters against the towel between my feet. Happy thoughts, happy thoughts, happy thoughts, and shards all over the floor. They were supposed to be my friends who aren't smiling. They're all shouting, pleading, something. But all I hear is echo, 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 inside my head. Best poem because Sayori wrote it. Oh, can you not change your glasses? I feel like every time we try to do the whole badge change thing, it's always different. Holy crap. Sorry, did you really write this? Of course I did. I didn't tell you yesterday I was going to write the best poem ever. Yeah, but, I mean, I didn't expect something like this coming from you. Monica taught me a whole lot. I've been really in touch with my feelings recently. I see that. So it's kind of creepy. Creepy? Well, not exactly. Maybe because I'm used to you being cheerful. Well, never mind. I'm thinking too hard about it. The point is, it came out good, so you should be proud of it. Aw, thanks. I feel like I was meant to express myself this way. It even helps me understand my own feelings a little bit better. Writing is like magic. You've gotten pretty passionate about this, huh? I hope you keep it up. Yeah, writing's the best. I'm gonna keep writing until I die. Look ahead of yourself. Sayori's always had a habit of getting obsessed with something before dropping it no more than a week later. Right, yeah, like, relax. Whoa. Until I die! I wonder if this is one of those times. But seeing the passion in her eyes makes it hard for me to be pessimistic. Alright, Monica. Hello. Hi again, Xerxes. How's the writing going? Alright, I guess. I'll take that. As long as it's not going bad. I'm happy that you're applying yourself. Maybe soon you'll come up with a masterpiece. I wouldn't count on that. You never know. Want to share what you wrote today? Sure. Here you go. I give my poem to Monica. Alright. This one's good. Feels like you're not only getting more comfortable with your style, but the imagery is better than the last one I read. Just wondering, have you been finding inspiration in Yuri's writing style? I guess so. You can't deny that she's talented. Yeah, totally. I think her poems are the most romantic. That's the best way to describe it. It's like a totally different person when she picks up a pen. I noticed that too. But when she's talking about literature, it's like a light turns on inside her. Sadly, it's hard to get much personal conversation out of her. Trust me, I've tried. Who knows what goes on inside of the head of hers? I hope you don't mean that in a bad way. No, of course not. I just meant I wish she didn't keep so much to herself. But still defending her like that. You must be pretty into her. Eh? You completely misunderstood. Calm down, I'm kidding. Besides, pretty sure she's already got a boyfriend. Wait, really? Yeah, a fictional one anyway. Monica kind of whispers that last part to me. Just a hunch, but well, there's not really anything wrong with that. Oh, well, I know. I was just saying. But anyway, you want to read my poem now? I like the way this one turned out, so I hope you do too. Alright, let's take a look. Save me. The colors, they won't stop. Bright, beautiful colors, flashing, expanding, piercing, red, green, blue, an endless cacophony of meaningless noise. The noise that won't stop, violent, grating waveforms, squeaking, screeching, piercing, sine, cosine, tangent. Like playing a chalkboard on a turntable, and playing a vinyl on a pizza crust. An endless poem of meaningless. Load me. Oh, so okay, I'll save. There we go. Wait, what if I load? Seem more abstract than your last one, huh? Ah. I guess it's just the way I write. Should I saved earlier, maybe? Sorry if you don't like it. Did I goof that up? Or am I doing this right? No, I never said that. the kind of thing I've never really seen before, I guess. I kind of like playing with my space on paper. Choosing where and how to space your words can totally change the mood of the poem. It's almost like magic. The way I wrote the lines really... Sure, it makes me feel like they're trying to speak over the noise. I see. It's still hard for me to tell what it's about, though. Sometimes asking what a poem is about isn't the right question. A poem can be as abstract as a physical expression of a feeling, or as conversation with the reader. So putting it that way, not every poem is about something. Anyway, here's Monica writing tip of the day. Sometimes you'll find yourself facing a difficult decision. When that happens, don't forget to save your game. Okay, I'll do it again. There. Bam. Return. You never know when you might want to change your mind, or when something unexpected may happen. Wait, is this tip even about writing? What am I even talking about? That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. Okay, everyone. We're all done reading each other's poems, right? I have something extra planned today, so if everyone can come sit at the front of the room. This is about the festival. Well, sort of. We really have to do something for the festival. It's like we put together anything good in just a few days. We'll just end up embarrassing ourselves instead of getting any new members. That's a concern of mine as well. Really don't do well with last-minute preparations. Don't worry so much. I'm going to keep it simple, okay? You don't need much more than a few decorations. Sayori's been working on posters, and I've designed some pamphlets so we can give out during this event. Okay, that's great and all, but it doesn't tell us what we're actually doing, or going to be doing for the event. Sorry, I thought you heard about it already. We're going to be performing. Performing? Monica? Yeah, we're going to have a poetry performance. Each of us are going to choose a poem to recite during the event. But the cool part is, we're also going to let everyone else come up and recite poems too. Sayori's putting it on all the posters in case anyone wants to prepare ahead of time. Sayori, who's been coloring a poster, holds it up for us to see. You kidding me, Monica? You didn't already start putting these posters up, did you? Well, I did. Do you really think it's that bad of an idea? Well, no. It's not a bad idea. But I didn't sign up for this, you know. There's no way I'm going to perform in front of a group of people like that. I agree with Natsuki. I could never, in my life, do something like that. Imagining it, Yuri shakes her head in fear. Guys? No. Sayori? I understand where they're coming from. Remember that Natsuki and Yuri have never shared their poems with anyone until just a couple days ago. Yeah, dude, reading in front of people sucks. True. I would never do it. It's a lot to ask for them to recite their poems out loud to a whole room full of people. I guess I kind of overlooked that, so I'm sorry. But I still think we could give it our best. We're the only ones responsible for the fate of this club. If we start the event and each put on a good performance, then it'll inspire others to do the same. And the more people who perform, the better we'll be able to show everyone what literature is all about. Yeah, it's all about expressing your feelings, being intimate with yourself, finding new horizons, and having fun. That's right. It's those reasons that we're all in this club today. Don't you want to share that with others? To inspire them to find the same feelings that brought you here in the first place. And I know you do. I know we all do. And if all it takes is standing in front of a room for 2 minutes and reciting a poem, I know we can do it. Natsuki and Yuri remain silent. Sayori looks worried. Guess that leaves me no choice. I agree. I don't think it's too much to ask. I think that Sayori and Monica have been trying really hard to get new members. The least we can do is help them out a little bit. Well, maybe, but looks like Natsuki doesn't have any arguments left. Okay, fine. I guess I'll just have to get it over with. Alright. Phew. Thanks, Natsuki. What about you, Yuri? Yuri dejectedly glances around at everyone else's expectant faces. I guess I don't really have a choice. That's everyone. You're the best, Yuri. This club is seriously going to be the death of me. Oh gosh. You'll be fine, Yuri. But anyway, let's move on to the main event. I want each of you to choose a poem of yours. I'm going to practice reading them in front of each other. No way. Monica, this is too sudden. Well, if you can't recite your poem in front of the club, how do you expect to do it in front of strangers? No, don't worry. I'll start off to help everyone feel more comfortable. Nice, huge. Get you that shiny, AK. Can I go next? Of course. Now let's see. Monica flips through her notebook to a specific poem she has in mind for herself. She then stands behind the podium. The title of this poem is The Way They Fly. Monica begins reciting her poem. Her clear, confident voice fills the room. More than that, her inflection is pristine. I just clicked off the game on accident. She knows exactly how to apply emotion behind each line she recites, bringing the words to life. Is this something she's done before, or is she simply a natural? I glance around me. Everyone has their eyes on Monica. Sayori looks amazed. Yuri has an intense expression on her face that I don't understand. Finally, Monica finishes the recitation. The four of us applaud. Monica takes a breath and smiles. That was so good, Monica. Thank you very much. I was just hoping to set a good example. Are you ready to go next, Sayori? I'll go next. Oh, huh? Yuri's all fired up all of a sudden. Yuri clutches a sheet of paper between her hands and stands up. Keeping her head down, she walks quickly over to the podium. This poem is called... Yuri anxiously glances at each of us. You can do it, Yuri. It's called... After Image of a Crimson Eye. Yuri's voice shakes as she starts reading the poem. Just a moment ago, she practically refused to do this. Why is she suddenly putting in so much effort? As Yuri gets past the first couple of lines, her voice changes. It's almost like what happens when Yuri gets absorbed into her books. Her quivering words transform to the sharp syllables of a fierce and confident woman. The poem is full of twists and turns in its structure that she enunciates with perfect timing. This must be a rare glimpse into the whirling fire Yuri keeps concealed in her head. Suddenly, she's finished. Everyone's stunned. Yuri snaps back into reality and glances around her, as she bewildered even herself. It's up to me to save the situation. I'm the first to start applauding. Everyone joins me afterwards, and we give Yuri the recognition she deserves. It's not that we didn't want to applaud for her, but we were caught off guard that we must have forgotten. As we applaud, Yuri holds the poem to her chest and rushes back to her seat. Yuri, that was really good. Thank you for sharing. Looks like Yuri is down for the count. Okay, guess I'm next then. Sayori hops off the chair and cheerfully walks to the podium. This one's called My Meadow. Sorry, I giggled. Sayori, it's a lot harder than I thought. How'd you guys do it so easily? Try not to think like you're reciting to other people. Imagine you're reciting it to yourself, like in front of a mirror or in your own head. It's your poem, so it'll come out the best way. I see. Okay then. Sayori begins her poem. Somehow, it feels like her soft voice was made a perfect match. The poem isn't aimlessly cheery like Sayori is. It's serene and bittersweet. If I were to read this on paper, I probably wouldn't think much of it, but hearing it come from Sayori's voice always gives it a whole new meaning. Maybe this is what Sayori meant when she said she likes my poems. It's like I get to reach more deeply into someone I thought I knew through and through. Moshi moshi. Calling for backup. Sayori finishes, and we applaud. I did it! Good job, Sayori. Even Xerxes liked it. Guess that's a good sign. What does that even mean? It came out nicely, Sayori. The atmosphere of your poem fits you really nicely. It might be the other poems wouldn't work quite as well with that kind of delivery. I don't really understand. In other words, I've seen poems of yours where that sort of gentle delivery wouldn't work as well. They might need a little more force behind them, depending on what you're reading. Oh, I know what you mean. Well, I've been practicing that kind of thing. It's just embarrassing to do in front of everyone. The next time, I'm gonna make you pick a poem that challenges you a little more. We don't have much time before the festival, you know? Okay. Now, who's next? Natsuki? Don't make me go before Xerxes. It's not like I can compare to you guys anyway. Might as well let Xerxes lower everyone's standards a little bit before I have a go at... Okay, that's kinda rude. Kinda weird. Natsuki. It's fine. Might as well get it over with. It's not like I have much of a selection of what to read. I'll just go with what I wrote for today. I stand up and step in front of the podium. Everyone has their eyes on me, making me feel terribly awkward. I recite my poem. So I'm not exactly confident in my own writing. It's hard to put energy into it. Despite that, once I finish, I receive applause anyway. Sorry, I'm not really as good as everyone else. Don't worry about it so much. I think it's less about your abilities, more about your lack of confidence in your writing. That's something that I'll prove over time, though. Yeah, maybe. Alright then. That just leaves you, Natsuki. Yeah, I'm going. Natsuki begrudgingly gets out of her seat and makes her way to the podium. The poem is called... Why are you looking at me? Because you're presenting. Anyway, the poem is called Jump. Natsuki takes a breath. While she starts reciting the poem, her sour attitude disappears a little. While she's still a little unenthused, her poem has a rhythm and rhyme to it. It's Natsuki's trademark style, and it works surprisingly well when spoken out loud. And Bidley just asking for the band. Kinda weird. Pog to Yuri. The words feel like they bounce up and down, as if giving life to the poem. Natsuki finishes, and everyone applauds. She hops back to her seat. That wasn't so bad, was it? Easy for you to say. You better not make me do that again. Ah, well. Do you at least feel prepared enough to recite a poem in front of the other people? I mean, doing it in front of other people will be way easier. I can put on whatever face I want for other people. But it's just my friends. It's just embarrassing. That's a surprise, Natsuki. I think it would be the other way around for me. Well, that's just how it is, so... Well, I guess in that case, you won't have much to worry about for the festival. That said, I want to thank everyone for coming through. It might be hard, but I hope that you'll all have an idea of what it's like now. Make sure you pick a poem and get enough practice before the festival, okay? I'll make pamphlets, so let me know ahead of time what you'll be reciting. Jeez, I should probably find some other poem to recite instead. It's fine too. It doesn't have to be your own. I'm already pleasantly surprised that you're putting all this effort into the club. Makes me really happy. Ah, yeah, no problem. Okay, everyone. I think that's about it for today. I know the festival is coming up, but let's try to write poems for tomorrow as well. It's been working out really nicely so far, so I'd like to continue that. As for the festival, we'll finish the planning tomorrow, and we'll have the weekend to prepare. Monday's the big day. I can't wait. I can do this. Alright. I stand up. There's no way I'll be finding the same enthusiasm as Sayori and Monica. I'll do my best to get through it. It's for the sake of the club and impressing Monica. I'll have to do my best. Now on the stage practicing doing my unicorns to see how it sounds. Hell yeah, dude. Nice. I'm glad the video's going well for you. Ready to go, Sayori? Yep. Look at you two, always going home together like that. It's kind of adorable, isn't it? Jeez, guys. Don't make such a big deal out of it. Must be a little nice, though. Well, how am I supposed to respond to that? That's okay, Xerxes. You don't have to say it. Whatever. Let's go already. Walk home with Sayori once more. Even though it's only been a few days, a lot of things have already changed. But today, Sayori is being a little quieter than usual on the way home. Sayori. Sorry, I was spacing out. No wonder. I was thinking about something from earlier. Like, how we get to... Sayori fumbles with her words. So, let's just say that one day, Yuri asked to walk home with you. Huh? What would you do? What kind of question is that? You're kind of putting me on the spot here. Well, I would save my game. That's what I would do. But I do have an honest answer. I would walk home with Yuri. Walking home with Yuri, huh? What is that? The thought of that make my heart pound. I mean, given how hard it is for her to socialize, I would feel awful turning her down, so... Isn't she so beautiful and smart? That's nothing to do with what I just said. You admitted it. Jeez. Not even any point in speculating something that's never going to happen. Well, maybe. But, I just like to think about it. It's not long before you don't need me anymore, you know? Need you? Sayori. Figure out how you're seeing things in your head right now. Sorry. Everyone is different. Nobody in the club is a replacement for you. If you say so. Conversation trails off. I'm left feeling awkward. Kind of her fault for trapping me in such a weird situation. I'm not yeeting anybody. He said it. I said it myself. Nobody's trying to be a replacement for Sayori. You know, I'm not trying to replace friends here. But, you know, if my girl's trying to get a walk home, I'm gonna say no. I can't just lie to her. There's something that makes her happy. I would hate to take it away from her. That's why there's no point in speculating. Then again, the festival is only a few days away. Who knows what will happen in that time? Oh, here we go. Contamination. Misfortune. Oh, fuck. Vivacious. Secretive? Unending? Unrestrained. Destiny. Sensation. Frightening. Agonizing. Uncontrollable. Anxiety. Aura? Yeah. Heartbeat. Ah, fuck. Tragedy. No. Incongruent. Extreme. Uncanny. Forgive. Oh, shit. After image. Oh, she had her one poem was called After Image of the Crimson Sky. Right. Oh, man. The last one here again. Don't worry. I just walked in too. Were you practicing piano again? Yeah. You must have a lot of determination. Starting this club and now picking up piano. Well, maybe not determination, but I guess passion. I think I did like one Sayori one. Come on, he's doing it. He's going Sayori. Remember that the club wouldn't be here if it wasn't for all of you. I'm super happy. You're all willing to help out for the festival too. I can't wait for the festival. It's gonna be great. Eh? Weren't you complaining about it just yesterday, Natsuki? Well, yeah. I'm talking about our part of the festival. It's the whole day of school where you get to play and eat all kinds of delicious food. You sound a bit like Sayori all of a sudden. Monica, do they have fried squid? Squid? It's a pretty specific thing to look forward to. Oh, come on. You're saying you don't like squid? You, of all people. Eh? Don't say it like that. Besides, what do you mean by you of all people? Because it's right in your name. Mon-Ika. Eh? That's how you say my name at all. What was it, like Monica? Yeah, I was just gonna say, I think we might be missing like a joke in translation. And also that joke makes no sense in translation. Wait, fourth wall, hello. No, what? Never mind. Let's just focus on our event for now, okay? I'm sure she mispronounced Monica's name to make it sound like the Japanese word for fucking, you know, calamari or squid or whatever. Fine. Your reactions aren't as funny with you or your Sayoris anyway. Excuse me. Where is Sayori anyway? Oh, there you are. Sayori is sitting at a desk in the corner of the room, looking down at nothing. I'll walk over to her. Hey, Sayori. I wave my hand in front of her face. Eh? You're spacing out again. Sorry. Don't mind me. You can talk to everyone else. Huh? Is everything alright? Of course. Ika is Japanese for... Okay, there you go. So she said Mon-Ika. Okay. Of course. Why wouldn't it be? It's just... It just feels like you're a little off. Sorry for assuming things. Jeez, you worry too much about me. I'm fine, see? Sayori shows me a big smile. Don't let me distract you from having fun with everyone. Well, alright. If you say so. I weirdly glance at Sayori before turning back to everyone else. But the conversation is already dispersed, with everyone back at their usual activities. Maybe I should ask Monica if she's noticed anything about Sayori recently. Since they've been preparing for the festival, they must be spending a lot of time together. I timidly approached Monica, who was shuffling through some papers at her desk. Xerxes, what's up? This might sound a little strange, but have you noticed anything with Sayori recently? Anything up with her? In what way do you mean? Maybe I'm reading into it a little much, but she seems a bit downcast today. Oh, you think so? Can't say I've noticed anything about her. Monica peers across the room at Sayori, who's idly dragging a rubber eraser up and down her desk. Maybe there's something on her mind. But I'm surprised I'm not the one asking you, Xerxes. You certainly know her a lot better than I do. Yeah, but she's never really like this. She's always talked to me about things that bothered her. But this time, when I asked her, she was really dismissive. Sorry, I know it's not your problem. I just wanted to ask if you knew anything, so I'll drop it now. No. It's important to me too. I mean, I'm also friends with her. And I also care about the well-being of my club members, you know? maybe I'll try talking to her myself. Eh? You sure about that? She seemed like she wanted to be left alone. You sure? Maybe she just had a hard time bringing it up with the person of interest. Person of interest? What do you mean by that? I'm saying that maybe the thing on her mind is you, Xerxes. Me? How on earth would you come to that conclusion? Well, probably shouldn't say too much, but Sayori talks about you more than anyone else, you know? Eh? She's probably so much happier ever since you've joined the club. It's like an extra light was turned on inside of her. What? No way. Sayori is always like that. She's always been full of sunshine. It's not any different now than it always has been. You're so funny, Xerxes. Have you thought that maybe you've always seen her as so cheerful? Because that's how she is when she's around you? Oh. You know? Right, he's like, yeah. He's just, the whole time, like, what do you mean? I don't get it. I said too much. I'm sorry. What do I do? What do I know anyway? I mean to jump to conclusions, so you should just forget about what I said. I'll try to talk to her, so don't try to think about it for now. Alright. Monica seems meaningful. I know she said to forget about it, but I already know that I won't be able to get her words out of my head. Monica stands up from her desk, walks across the room where Sayori is sitting. It's funny, it is just like me, because in the game, they make him oblivious so that the player knows what's going on because the player is probably dumb. I gotta act like oblivious so the people watching might be dumb and have to follow along, you know? Not saying anyone in particular, but, you know. Monica stands up from her desk and walks across the room to where Sayori is sitting. I watch her kneel down next to Sayori and gently talk to her. But she's keeping her voice so quiet that I can't hear from here. I sigh and I sit myself down. I know Sayori told me not to worry about her and to have fun with everyone else, but that's impossible to do when she's behaving like this. Exactly how much do I care about her? That I'm letting this weigh me down so much. Now it feels like I'm the one behaving out of the ordinary. It's me. But there's nothing I can do besides wait for Monica. Why does it feel like I'm being watched? I glance around the room. Suddenly I notice Sayori peering at me from over her book. She looks away, just as quickly, with a flustered look on her face. Realizes that she won't get away with... she won't get anywhere like this. I've never really seen Yuri approach anyone or start a conversation on her own accord, so I have no choice but to approach her myself. By now, it's a little easier for me to do that. I stand up from my desk and sit in one next to her own. I didn't mean to bother you or anything. Relax, you didn't do anything. But I could tell that you wanted to be alone with your thoughts. Alone with my thoughts? How were you even able to tell I was thinking like that? Well, it's something that I do a lot, so it wasn't hard for me to spot based on her posture and expression. Not that I was staring or anything. I didn't do anything creepy like that. In any case, I guess you were right. I'm sorry if I caused you any concern. Don't apologize. Your troubles are only the concern of those who are willing to share in that concern. Of course, there are certainly those who find the most comfort in keeping to themselves. But if you would prefer to share what's on your mind, I would be glad to listen. It's really not that big of a deal. I was just feeling a bit uneasy about Sayori. Sayori? Yeah, she seems a little off today. When I asked her about it, she didn't want to admit it to me. So, I can't help but wonder if something's happened to her. Oh? That's quite romantic. And? You just sound upset that Yuri's better than whoever the hell you were saying is good, Bidley. Sorry, I didn't mean to say something stupid. It's not that, I just don't want you to misunderstand. Sayori and I have been friends for a long time, that's all. I see. And perhaps it's unusual for her to be dismissive to you about her feelings. Because she's weird, champ. Same thing to you, Stellar. Sorry that Yuri's better than Natsuki. I'm not even sorry, it's just how it is. Maybe I'm just reading into this a little too much. Xerxes. The world is full of meaning, often hidden deep beneath plain sight. There are many untold stories behind every person, no matter how well you may know them. So there might be something behind it after all. Yuri doesn't approach me, I approach her. She's being a stalker. No. Try again. I think that Sayori is a very complex person. Her mannerisms on the outside don't always match with what may be going on inside her head. She may not always know what she wants. I noticed her strange behavior today too, but I also feel some concern for her. In your case, it looked like she was fully occupying your thoughts, wasn't she? Well, I guess that was the case. Sayori, she really means a lot to you, doesn't she? I guess, but you don't need to put it that way. We're just good friends, that's all. Yuri suddenly looks deeply into my eyes. Her expression is gentle and curious, as if she was searching for something. Embarrassed, I invert my gaze. Sometimes, a person's mysteries are untold, even to themselves. And you, as someone honest and caring, may uncover feelings you weren't aware were in you. That is, I think that. She would be a very fortunate person to have you feel that way about her. Yuri? You're giving me too much credit. I'm a pretty simple guy, so I think I'm pretty good at understanding my own feelings. I'm not nearly as sophisticated as you. That's not a compliment, is it? It is what it is. Anyway, as long as we're here, why don't we do some reading? Well, as long as you're okay with it. Yeah? Just be taking my mind off this whole thing anyway. Oh, let's go, dude. More reading. Okay, everyone. After some time passes, Monica calls up the club. Okay, well, we skipped over all the reading. Kind of weird. Why don't we share our poems? Before I know it, everything is back to normal. Everyone goes to retrieve their poems, and I do the same. I make eye contact with Monica, and she smiles at me. I wonder if she was talking about with Sayori. Yuri. Xerxes. Your writing has only improved in these last few days. Every poem you've shown me has been nothing short of spectacular. I can really feel the emotions. I'm a little envious, even. I don't think it ever came to me this naturally. Yuri, that's the wrong way to put it. This never did come naturally to me. But I've been able to improve so much thanks to you. Really the example I was chasing after. Is that so? Yuri gently smiles to herself. This feeling. I'm so glad I got the chance to share my writing. Never thought it would feel like this. I remember you mentioning that yesterday. Can't believe that you're so good at something, and you've never even shared it with anyone. Kind of a shame. Maybe, but it's not like I really had a choice. What do you mean? Well, Yuri smiles sadly. Xerxes, during lunchtime, I eat by myself. Did you know that? It's a great time to find a quiet spot and do some reading. In fact, I always have some books with me. You could say I really enjoy reading. Well, that's one way to put it anyway. But books are so full of amazing and inspiring people. People who want to fall in love. Or people who just know would make a really good friend. Cheerful people who always put a smile on your face. Or deep thinkers and problem solvers who discover the mysteries of life. So when you look at it that way, I'm surrounded by friends every day. You know? And those friends don't laugh at me. They don't tease me for spacing out all the time. They don't make fun of my body type. And they don't hate me for acting like a know-it-all. People say that about you? I'm not a know-it-all, Xerxes. It's the opposite. I don't know anything. I don't know how to talk to people. I don't know how to make people see me as normal. I don't even know how to make myself happy. I have all these feelings, and all I can do with them is read and write. But it wasn't until now that I started sharing it with you that I really understood what I was missing all this time, but I haven't really done anything. No, it's wrong. Just being patient and respectful. It's really important to me. I know I'm a difficult person, Xerxes. I speak too slowly. I second-guess myself all the time. I read too deeply into things. But every time, you've always treated me just like anyone else. It's so rare that I feel comfortable with myself when I talk to others. That's why every time I talk to you, I just feel really happy. I see. Well, I treat you how you deserve to be treated, Yuri. If other people don't see it that way, then screw them. I mean, I joined this club hoping I would make friends. I would say I've had at least one success. Wouldn't you? If you put it that way, yeah. We really are friends now, aren't we? Y'all are trash talking Yuri, huh? Couldn't be me. Kind of fucking weird. Yuri puts her head in her hands. This time, she's smiling as she does it. You want to show me your poem? Yeah, I do. Let me get it for you. A sequel. Ghost in the Light Part 2. The tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath the amber glow, bathing. In the distance, a blue-green light flickers. A lone figure crosses its path, a silhouette, obstructing the eerie glow. My heart pounds. The silhouette grows. Closer, closer. I open my umbrella, casting a shadow to shield me from visibility. But I'm too late. He steps into the streetlight, and I gasp and drop my umbrella. The light flickers. My heart pounds. He raises his arm. Time stops. The only indication of movement is the amber light flickering against his outstretched arm. The flickering light is rhythm with the pounding of my heart, teasing me for succumbing to this forbidden emotion. Have you ever read of ghost feeling? Have you ever heard of a ghost feeling warmth before? Giving up on understanding, I laugh. Understanding is overrated. I touch his hand. The flickering stops. Ghosts are blue-green. My heart is amber. Finishing the poem, I start to hand it back to Yuri. But instead of taking it from me, she looks away. Do you dislike it? No, of course not. I just don't really know how I should respond. Despite Yuri's poems usually being cryptic, it wasn't hard to figure out what this one was about. I don't know if you'll be able to explain this one. That's fine. I understand this one. Yuri's having an even harder time speaking than usual. Does this one mean a lot to you? Yuri nods. Not really good with words, but I'm happy that you shared it with me. So, thank you. I hope we keep spending time together. Despite my inability to make eye contact, I see a faint smile emerge on Yuri's lips. Once again, I try to hand the poem back to her. But instead, Yuri gently takes my hands and pushes them back toward me. I hesitate in response to her warm touch. You can, the poem is... Once again, Yuri fails to form a complete sentence. You mean, I can keep it? Yuri nods. I'd love to. Again, Yuri faintly smiles, as if she doesn't want me to notice. You always make me feel nice. I know I'm not good with people, but I hope that I can return the favor sometimes. Yeah, don't worry. I think you do a good job. Yuri finally turns back toward me. I guess we should move on before Monica says something, but I'm sure we can talk again later. Yeah, I'm sure we will. With that, Yuri timidly smiles at me, and I return to my seat so I can put her poem away. Get fucking Natsuki out of the way. Yeah, no thanks. You don't even... Next! Good work. Sayori. It's nice, I guess. Come on, I can already tell you don't like it. Well, you don't need to worry about what I think. After all, you wrote this for someone else, didn't you? Probably Yuri. I didn't write this for anyone specifically. Maybe. That's not really what I meant, though. But it's okay. I'm making new friends, just like I was hoping. It makes me really happy. And you're happy too, right? This club? Well, of course I am. Good. That's all that matters to me. Thank you, Xerxes. Sayori, is there something wrong? Huh? Josh, who's the best girl? Josh. No, nothing. I'm just a little tired today. And sorry, Stella, not my fault that Natsuki was being an asshole. It's not bad that you want to play this game. I mean, this is... yeah, but Yuri is the correct answer, Josh. I'm just a little tired today. Alright, just tell me if you need anything. I will. Don't worry about me, okay? You can go play with everyone else now, if you insist. Yay. I'm gonna go home a little bit early today. Sayori? Tell Monica I wasn't feeling well, okay? I'll see you tomorrow. Before I can say anything else, Sayori cheerfully walks out of the classroom, humming to herself. The stars are aligning. How could you fall for such a simple ruse? Hi, Xerxes. Have you thought about what you want to submit to perform at the festival? Well, being in this club is one thing, but performing in front of a bunch of people, I have to give it some more thought. Okay, no pressure. But whatever you do, I'm sure it'll turn out great. You may be happy to see. Anyway, let's take a look at today's poem. Sure. I let Monica take the poem I'm holding in my hands. Your style's gotten so refined, Xerxes. Yuri's been teaching you a lot of things, hasn't she? Well, I guess so. Yeah, I've been noticing how much time you spend with her. I think I've heard her say more words these past couple of days than she's taught them the whole year. Not sure you did it, but that's pretty impressive. Well, she just needs some patience and a way to talk about all the things in her head, I guess. I'm still getting the hang of it myself. Certainly putting in a lot of effort. You must really like her. That's... that's awfully suspicious, you know? Spending time with her in the classroom every day, reading that edgy novel with her. Well, I just feel bad that she has a hard time socializing. It makes me want to make sure she doesn't spend all her time alone. Besides, novel isn't too bad either, you know? Alright, I get you. Just be careful, alright? Know that Yuri isn't used to opening herself up. So if something bad happens while she's vulnerable, it could be bad for her. Or really hard for her. Her books aren't a total escape from reality. They're just a bandage. You say that like I'm going to hurt her. Sorry, I didn't mean that. If anything, she might accidentally hurt herself. Anyway, I'll share my poem with you now, alright? Alright. To the Lady Who Knows Everything. An old tale tells of a lady who wanders Earth. The Lady Who Knows Everything. A beautiful lady who has found every answer, all meaning, all purpose, and all that was ever sought. And here I am, a feather, lost adrift the sky, victim of the currents of the wind. Day after day I search with little hope, knowing legends don't exist. When all else has failed me, when all others have turned away, the legend is all that remains, the last dim star glimmering in the twilight sky. Until one day the wind ceases to blow, I fall, and I fall and fall and fall even more, gentle as a feather, a dry quill, expressionless. But a hand catches me between the thumb and forefinger, the hand of a beautiful lady. I look at her eyes and find no end to her gaze. The lady who knows everything, knows what I'm thinking. Before I can speak, she responds in a hollow voice. I found every answer, all of which amount to nothing. There's no meaning. There's no purpose. And we seek only the impossible. I'm not your legend. Your legend does not exist. And with a breath, she blows me back afloat, and I pick up a gust of wind. You know, you missed everything. Bidley, not really. I feel like, well, I don't know, she just grilled us about Yuri. I feel like learning and looking for answers are sorts of things that give life meaning. Not to get too philosophical or anything. It was kind of on my mind. That's what I wrote about. I see. Oh yeah, Sayori went home early. I never really put much thought into it. So maybe we will walk on with Yuri. Maybe. You did miss Yuri being the worst girl because she never is. So, got him. In a way, it's almost paradoxical. Because if we had all the answers, wouldn't the world start to lose its meaning? You know, there's one thing I noticed. It seems like everyone in the club prefers writing about things that are more sad than happy. Are you surprised? I mean, if everything was okay, we wouldn't really have anything to write about, would we? Humans aren't two-dimensional creatures. I think you know that better than anyone. You mean one-dimensional? Ah, yeah, that. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Are you ever too shy to share your writing because you're afraid it's not good? It can be really disheartening to get a lukewarm response to something you put so much into. True. If you find other people who enjoy writing, then sharing becomes a lot easier. Because instead of just telling you that your writing is good, or okay, or bad, they'll want to focus more on everything that went into it, and things you can work on. It's much more encouraging that way. It'll make you want to continue improving. It's almost like having your own little literature club, don't you think? Oh shit, that's the name of the game! I'm not even joking. I completely forgot that the name of the game was Literature Club, like Doki Doki Literature Club. I literally don't even know how I did that. That's my advice for today. Really, I would have, because I would have done the Leo pointing meme whenever they said Literature Club the first time. It just did not click for me. Am I dumb? Bro, I was like, Dad, this literature club is like a big part of the game. Like, it's almost. I was like, oh shit, that's right. The name of the game is Doki Literature Club. Right. Okay, you three. Fucking the brain is gone, dude. It's all these hats. We're all done sharing poems, right? Why don't we start figuring out? Hold on a second. Just me, or did you say something strange just now? Eh? Something did sound a bit unusual. That's right. You deviated from your usual catchphrase when addressing the club. Catchphrase? I don't have a catchphrase. Jeez, why is the mood so weird today? Like, even Yuri is immune to that. Stagnating air is common foreshadowing that something terrible is about to happen. Okay, I was just gonna say, well, there you go, Josh. You can choose between. I mean, Sayori's not here, but it doesn't matter because Yuri is. But the only thing different is that Sayori isn't here. Seems you're right. Sayori always helps lighten the mood a little bit, doesn't she? It's almost like everyone's balance is thrown off a little when she's not around. Where the heck did she run out to anyway? I thought she just went to pee. Atsuki, please show some decency. Oh, come on. She actually wasn't feeling too well and went home early. Nah. It's definitely a wide people happy Yuri type of stream. TBH. Is that so? I hope she's alright. Seriously? Of all the times to not go home with her, you picked the time she's not feeling well? So much for you two being all lovey-dovey. No. First of all, stop misunderstanding my friendship with Sayori. See, exactly, it looks like Naiba agrees. Wow. And second, she's kind of been avoiding me today, so I don't want to force it. Oh? A curious expression coming from Yuri of all people. Calm down, guys. I talked to her earlier, and everything's fine. What'd she say? Anyway, we need to figure out what the rest of the festival preparations. So, let's decide what everyone will be doing this weekend. I already know what I'm doing. That's right. Atsuki will be making cupcakes. We need a lot of them, in different flavors. Can you handle all that by yourself, Atsuki? Challenge accepted. As for myself, I'm going to be printing and assembling all the poetry pamphlets. Sayori will be helping me design them. And as for you, Yuri, you can... Guys? Can you help me come up with something for Yuri? I'm useless. No, that's not it at all. You're the most talented person here, you know? Now, Natsuki's pouting too. Jeez, even I can tell now. I guess I never gave Sayori enough credit. But I can tell things are even harder. Harder on you when she's not around. That may be the case. But I can't also be the leader on my own. I can't grow as a person. So Yuri, you have beautiful handwriting, you know. So you should make banners and decorations to help set the atmosphere. She does. I'm not handwriting. There you go, Josh. Appreciate that. Keeping the chat clean. Atmosphere. About that. I love atmosphere. Yuri's expression suddenly changes. She stares back at her desk and focuses. Starts nodding to herself. Her mind is already racing, I see. It's great. You'll be a wonderful help, Yuri. But anyway, that just leaves you, Xerxes, the one who is truly useless. Don't say that. In fact, with Natsuki and Yuri, there's some pretty heavy tasks to handle. It would probably go a long way to give one of them a hand. Is that so, huh? You could always help me out as well. I would be really appreciative of that. That's Monica suggesting I spend the weekend with one of my club members? How on earth are they going to respond to a suggestion like that? I suppose I wouldn't mind a bit of help. Well, even if I don't know how to bake, there's always some dirty work I can give to you. It's like Monica's going to give me a choice. You shouldn't be sitting on your butt anyway. Natsuki tries to mumble a bunch of excuses like that. If I recall, Natsuki, you mentioned that you would like to handle the baking on your own. Xerxes may not like to be around if you're only going to make him out to be a nuisance. So therefore, you may be more suited to assisting the decorations. Hold on, I never said that. How hard could it be to make a few decorations anyway? Sounds more like you're making excuses for Xerxes to... What are you saying? It would be extremely meticulous work. Baking isn't? What do you think? Guys, settle down for a moment. In the end, it's up to Xerxes to decide who he'd like to contribute. Besides, He hasn't really gotten the chance to spend any time with me yet, you know? So I'm sure he's interested in... You literally just said... I'm surprised as well. Sorry. I was just saying, though. Jeez. We just settled this already? Yeah. Xerxes, you're okay with this, right? In the end, it's up to you. Of course. Very well. In that case, everyone look straight at me. Well, I mean, it's not like we're gonna go back and change this. He said, please. Please, sir, I'm begging you. I'm begging you. Please choose Natsuki. If you want it to be Natsuki, put a 1 in the chat. That was a test. Ban everyone that said 1. It'll probably be most useful. Helping out Yuri. Me? You serious? Why would you? Natsuki. I can already tell that you're about to say something mean. No. I was just saying, So, you'll be helping Yuri then, Xerxes? Yeah. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm glad. I have a bad habit of overthinking these sort of things. So I think your assistance will be very useful. This is hello. Wait a second. That's my name. Hello, Xerxes. Good to see you. An imposter. There can only be one. Nah, maybe there can be 2 for now. That's great to hear. Natsuki, will you be able to handle the baking yourself? I mean, yeah. I already said it would be fine. Okay. Everyone can tell that Natsuki is feeling a little sour. So, is that everything we needed to go over? Yeah, that should be about it. Are you guys excited? Well, excited may not be the right word, but I suppose I'm looking forward to it a little bit. Do you feel the same way, Xerxes? Me? I guess you could say I'm interested to see how it'll turn out. It's good enough for me. What about you, Natsuki? Natsuki? What? Why is everyone yelling at me? I didn't even do anything. No. That's not what I meant at all. Yuri anxiously glances between everyone in the room. I'm sorry for this. I don't really know why Xerxes picked me. And also, your cupcakes are the best cupcakes I've ever had. They go really well with my tea. And nothing that I do at this event will compare to that, so I get it. When I first saw it, I also thought Xerxes' homework. I was like, oh shit, did I forget again? But no, it's been a while. I get it. I'm kind of surprised though. Why? Well, I'm the one acting immature. I already know that. But you're trying to cheer me up all of a sudden. I know I'm not very good at it. Sorry if I said it's something bad. Natsuki isn't the only one surprised. Monica and I are taken back by Rue's words. She already has trouble with words. Trying to cheer someone up must be far out of her comfort zone. But I begin to understand. True, yeah, y'all scared him off. He'll be back. I have some unfinished business with my homework, apparently. Yuri was trying to sound like Sayori, even if it didn't work perfectly. I can tell you she tried to say something Sayori would say at a time like this. Sayori always helps everyone smile and feel good about themselves. No, I kind of appreciated it. I'm sorry for making a big deal out of nothing, but I'm going to say this. You better bet that my cupcakes are going to be the best part of the whole event. I believe you. Yeah. I hope to see everyone do their best. But with that, there's nothing more for today, so I guess it's time for us to head out. Alright, let's get out of here then. Everyone packs up their things. I start to follow Monica and Natsuki out the door as they chat between each other. I turn around. Sorry. I realize I don't have any way of contacting you this weekend. You're right. I can't believe that slipped my mind. Should I give you my phone number? I think that would be the best way, yeah? Alright then. Yuri and I exchange phone numbers. Okay. Then I'll be stopping by your house on Sunday. Eh? My house? Is that a problem? No, not at all. I just thought that I would be going to your house since I'm the one helping you. I suppose that makes sense. But if you don't mind, I think I prefer going to your house. Alright. In that case, it won't be a problem. I decided not to press Yuri for a reason. But it's not like it would matter much anyway, So I just need to make sure my room is clean. I hope I managed to make myself useful in some way. I'm not nearly as creative as you are. Don't underestimate yourself, Xerxes. I think we'll make a very productive team. Even if you only choose me because you felt bad or something. Wait, you don't actually think that, do you? I don't know. It's difficult to come up with any other reason you may have chosen me. You're forgetting the reason with the most common sense. I chose to help you because that's what I want to do. But Yuri thinks to herself with an extremely tense expression. Yuri, you're overthinking this. You wanted me to point out when you're overthinking, right? Eh? I didn't realize. I'm telling you I want to. That's all there is to it. Do you believe me? Yuri thinks really hard again. She looked straight into my eyes for a long while. I believe you. As if it took her tremendous effort, Yuri finally says that and relaxes her expression. I'm really looking forward to Sunday. Yeah, I am too. After that exchange, I make my way out the door, and Yuri follows. I can't believe this. Yuri's going to be coming to my house on Sunday? My anxiety shoots through the roof. Even though I've gotten pretty used to handling her at this point, there's no telling what might end up happening when we're outside of school. More than that, she told me that she was looking forward to it. Is that the chance I have to make something happen between us? Or is it too early for that? Only time will tell. Until then, I won't be able to take my mind off of it. I seriously can't wait. I see Josh understands. It's already Sunday. Oh, kind of weird. Ban them? Who's that? They're out of here. You're done. You're done. Get them out of here. I've been getting increasingly anxious about Yuri's upcoming visit. Insta ban. Never seen a faster ban. You tell myself there's no reason to be nervous, but it doesn't help much. Yuri is clearly an introvert and also an intimate person in general. Worst username ever. I'm surprised. I feel like they might have tried to do Yuri is the worst girl or Yuri is worst girl, but it was probably taken already. The people also with the same, you know? No, probably not taken, because who would say that? Who would say have a terrible opinion, you know? Please leave. Nah, stay. But change the name, damn it. Yuri is clearly an introvert and also an intimate person in general. There's no doubt that she'll open up a little bit when it's just the two of us. Meanwhile, we've been texting occasionally. Oh, she was extremely apprehensive at first, but it wasn't long before I was already learning more about her. Putting Yuri aside, I haven't heard a thing from Sayori since she left the club earlier today. It's not like that. Oh, is that so, Alex? Is that so, huh? Huh? Wow, you're a worse girl. What a cool guy, huh? It's not like we text each other all the time or anything, but I messed up. But I've been worried about her in the back of my mind. Between what Sayori said and what Monica said, is it really okay for me to put Sayori's feelings aside when she might need me? I decide to visit Sayori before Yuri comes over. Rather than asking, I simply tell her I'm coming over, much like we've done in the past. Once I reach Sayori's house, I knock on the door before entering it myself. Again, we used to play so often, we've made it a habit to simply entering each other's houses like we were family. IP addresses match, she checked. Fucking hacker mans, you're done. You're done, Zo Alex. That's an IP ban, shadow ban across all platforms. You're never going to see social media again. The house is quiet. Sayori isn't anywhere on the first floor, so I assume she's up in her room. It's very strange of her to run down and greet me. I head up to her bedroom, where I finally meet her. Yeah, that's why she's getting paid the big bucks. Sayori? Hi, Xerxes. Oh, she's not in her uniform. I sit down I wouldn't expect her to be, but... Sayori forces a smile, but it's easy to tell that she's different. There's a minute of silence between us. You haven't come over like this in a long time, haven't you? I guess you're right. It's been a long time. Not much has really changed, has it? Sayori's room is as messy as it's always been. I also recognize the same stuffed animals and wall decorations that she's had for years now. If you came over more often, it wouldn't be such a mess. That's because I ended up cleaning it for you. Oh. Sayori's best girl, kind of weird. Ban that guy. I don't know who it is, but ban them. Whoever it could be. IP ban. From every platform. Tell all the Twitch streamers to never let this person into their chat ever. How come you suddenly wanted to come over today? Aren't you supposed to see Yuri today? Yeah, but... Wait, how did you know that? Sayori had already left by the time we decided that last meeting. Oh, true. True. This is kind of, yeah, it's kind of Jolly Roger Bay vibes. True. Dire Dogs. I feel you. Monica told me. It's only natural for her to keep me informed about the festival preparations, right? Ah, that's true. But what about you? Aren't you going to be helping Monica today? Of course. But I'm just helping her online. We didn't plan to meet up or anything. Ah, so just me and Yuri then. Yep. There's more silence between us. Sayori stares in a random direction. Thought no CTC in this chat. I don't think so. Everything about her behavior is really uncharacteristic. Who the best girl could be? Yuri. True. True. Say Yuri. I will say Yuri as the best girl. Got him. I had to log into my alt. I finally get the point. I just wanted to see how you were doing. After you left on Friday, when something's wrong, you can't hide it from me. I know you too well. So? Sayori smiles, shaking her head. That's no good, Xerxes. Eh? Why can't it just be like it's always been? You all got banned. This is all my fault. If I didn't get so weak and accidentally express my feelings. If I didn't make that stupid mistake, you wouldn't have worried about me at all. Wouldn't have come here. Appreciate the follow. Just. Good to have you here, Just. Thank you for the follow. Oh, was that double up? Or is it? Oh, my. Oh, never mind. Oh, okay. Jesus. Thank you for following. Also, Just. Thank you for following. Jesus more so. Thank you for following. You wouldn't have come here. You wouldn't have even been thinking about me right now. But this is just my punishment, isn't it? I'm getting punishment for being so selfish. I think that's why the world decided to have you come over today. It just wants to torture me. Sayori. I grabbed Sayori by the shoulders. What on earth are you saying? You listening to yourself right now? I know something happened to you. There's no other explanation for you to be like this. So tell me already. Until I know, I won't be able to stop thinking about it. Ah. Sayori gives me an empty smile. Really put me in a trap, Xerxes. But you're wrong. Nothing happened to me. I've always been like this. You're just saying it for the first time. Seeing what? What are you talking about, Sayori? You're really just gonna make me say it, aren't you, Xerxes? I guess I have no choice this time. The thing is, I've had really bad depression my whole life. Did you know that? Why do you think I'm late to school every day? Because most days, I can't even find a reason to get out of bed. What reason is there to do anything when I fully know how worthless I am? I go to school, I eat, I make friends, I'll make other people put their energy and caring to waste by having this bit on me. That's what it feels like. That's why I just want to make everyone happy, without anyone worrying about me. I'm in shock. I can't even figure out how to respond. How is it possible that Sayori has kept this from me the entire time that I've known her? She really wants so badly for me to just not think that about her? Why, Sayori? Eh? Why is it that you never told me about this? It almost feels like you betrayed. Almost feels like I've been betrayed as her close friend. Because if I knew, I would have done everything I could to support you. Even if there's only so much that I could do. Would have tried a little bit harder to make every day a little better for you. That's why I'm your friend. All you have to do was tell me. You don't understand at all, Xerxes. What do you think I didn't tell you? Because if I told you, you would have to waste effort caring about me instead of doing important things.
I don't want to be cared about. It's bittersweet when people try not to care about me. When people try to care about me. It feels nice sometimes. It feels like a bat being swung around against my head. That's why I wanted so badly for you to make friends with everyone else. Helping everyone be happy together is the best thing for me. But then, I discovered something else too. Seeing you make friends and get closer with everyone in the club feels like a spear going through my heart. So, that's why. That's why I decided the world just wants to torture me. Every path leads to nothing but hurt. You're right. That I don't understand. I don't understand your feelings at all, Sayori. But I need to understand. Whatever it takes for me to help you stop hurting. That's what I'll do. No, Xerxes. There's nothing. Nothing at all. The only thing that could have helped is if everyone could be like it always... If everything could be as it always was. But I was selfish. I finally showed you what a horrible person I am. Tears streaked down Sayori's face. I made you join the literature club because I was selfish. I was punished by my heart, hurting in a way that I couldn't understand. And now you came here, and I made you hurt too. I'm just weak and selfish. That's all I am. That's why I'm going to accept these punishments. Because I deserve every last one. Without thinking, I once again grabbed Sayori's shoulders. This time, I'll pull her into a tight embrace. Xerxes. Sayori. I don't care if you feel selfish. I'm really happy that you convinced me to join the club. Seeing you every day makes it worthwhile enough. If I make friends with everyone else, then that's just a bonus. But please, never underestimate how much I care about you. And I wouldn't have it any other way. Xerxes. Sayori isn't hugging me back. Despite my arms being wrapped around her, Sayori's arms remain at her sides. She starts sobbing next to my ear. No. Don't do this to me. Please don't do this. Xerxes. Sayori barely manages to speak between her sobs. No, I'm glad you're leaving right after that knock. I'm heartbroken that you could say such a thing. I still love you, but oh. Sayori barely manages to speak between her sobs. I don't know if I'm doing the right thing. But all I want for her is to know that I care. If you have it in you to call yourself selfish, you have to let me be selfish too. No matter what it takes, I'll figure out what needs to change. I'll make these feelings go away. Not said not go. Just go. I mean, the truth is that Yuri is best. I not your much love. You're great. It's just the wrong opinions, though. You know, I can only take so much. You know. I made these feelings go away. You've jumped straight into a civil war. Is what I'm saying. Be careful. If there's anything that you need me to do, you better tell me. I'll get mad if you don't. This fucking chat right here, officer! I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Gently, Sayori finally puts her arms around me in return. I don't know anything. It's all really scary. I don't understand any of my feelings, Xerxes. The only time I'm not feeling nothing is when I'm feeling pain. But your hugs are so warm, and that's really scary too. Sayori lets me go. She does so. I let her go as well. The festival's tomorrow. Yeah. It's gonna be fun, right? Yeah. How would you like for me to spend it all with you? That's what I want. It's what I want. I promise. I think it would be nice then. Yeah. Sayori wipes her eyes. If I could spend the whole day here, I would. Of all days, this has to be the one where I have other plans. Maybe I should cancel. No, don't. Please don't. If you do that, then I really wouldn't forgive you. But it's almost time for Yuri to meet me at my house. At the very least. You want to come along and help out? It would be fun. To my surprise, Sayori shakes her head. I'm sorry. Non-Yuri fans will be shot on sight. I don't know if that would be good for me today. You understand, right? Ah. It's kind of hard for me to fully understand. I'm trying. I'm sorry. I'm just reading the chat. But I'm trying my hardest. It's okay. Don't worry too much about it. I'll see you tomorrow, okay? Alright. I'll look forward to it. I'll say goodbye to Sayori and exit her house. On the way home, I find myself feeling uneasy. It was hard for me to keep thinking about it when Yuri is about to come over, too. I think Sayori is right. I shouldn't be worrying too much. We're definitely gonna have a great time tomorrow. I should just focus on what's ahead of me. I mean, Sayori's great. She's a great friend, and I'm glad that I can be there for her. And I hope that I can continue to be there for her. No doubt. No doubt. Where's that timeout channel point redemption when you need it? True. Honestly, I need to actually make that happen. As I approach my house, I see something that makes me feel a moment of panic. Yuri? Ah, thank goodness. You're a little early. Dodd, the turtleneck? What a look. I'm sorry I wasn't home yet. Were you waiting for a long time? No, I just got here. But I started to get really nervous when nobody answered the doorbell. You always could have texted me. If I'd known, I would have reassured you and hurried more on my way home. Does Yuri get a scene like that? Spoilers? Maybe you just didn't like have this storyline well enough to get a Yuri scene, you know? I suppose that's true. I don't think of that for some reason. It should be common sense to do that, but I decided to ignore it. Anyway, let's go inside. I see you brought a lot of stuff with you. That's right. Did you manage to find everything I asked you to buy as well? Yeah, pretty much. At least, I hope I got everything right. I'm sure it'll be fine. I take Yuri to my room. The first thing she does is glance around curiously, which makes me feel anxious. It's so clean. I cleaned it before you came over, so it's very considerate of you. No, I would be really embarrassed for my room to be a mess while you were here. That's a good question. Why are you still here? Sayori is best girl. Well, I do enjoy cleaning. I love it. Yeah, why are you here? Because you're the prophet we need. Okay, band. I would gladly help you clean. That would be even more embarrassing. Wait, don't look in there. I snatched Yuri's wrist, which was in the process of opening a desk drawer of mine. I'm sorry. I wasn't thinking for some reason. I was just spacing out. It's fine. I let go of Yuri's wrist. She puts both of her hands firmly in her lap, as if making sure she's keeping track of them. So, should we get started? Yes. I have a few things planned out that you can help with. All non-Yuri fans will be bullied. True. Decorations and other atmospheric enhancements. Atmospheric enhancements? You know, mood lighting, aromatherapy candles. Oh, wow. I didn't know you planned on taking it that far. Of course. I want to help take our guests to faraway places. Although, many will stop by just out of curiosity. And for cupcakes, I guess. I'm determined to provide an experience that will leave them wanting more. That's great. It's easy to forget that you're a pretty intense person. That would a flex, AK. I like it. Intense? I guess that's the best way to put it. This is not a place of acceptance. The fact that Sayori is best girl is tapping out already just proves that Yuri's best. Is that a bad thing? No, not at all. Something that I like about you, actually. Is that so? It makes me feel relieved. I'm kind of happy. Yeah, no need to be anxious. So you can relax a little. Relax. I brought some things for relaxation. I was going to use them during the poetry event. Oh yeah? Like what? Let's see. Yuri rummages through her bag. She pulls out a few candles and a wooden cylinder-shaped object. Well, I appreciate the follow. I don't, can't agree what you stand for, but I appreciate the follow. Did some shopping on the way here, so I happen to have these in my bag. I plan to cover the window in black paper and use the candles to light the room. I think that would be amazing, don't you? Yeah, that would be really neat. What's the wooden thing, though? Oh, this? It's a diffuser for essential oils. How familiar are you with aromatherapy? Not familiar at all. Ah, is that so? It's one of my favorite contributors to a positive atmosphere. Depending on the oils and herbs you choose, you can change the mood of the air itself. You can feel it permeate through your body. Relaxation, positive energy, romance, reflection. Oh, what was that one you said? It's almost like magic. Yuri takes a cylinder and pushes a switch on the bottom. In just a moment, a thin ray of vapor begins to sprout through a small hole on the top. Wow, it smells wonderful. I was gonna say, yeah, Yuri kind of is about to... She's about to try to make me a boss, babe. What kind of mood is that one for? This is jasmine essential oil. It smells like a little sweet and flowery, right? That's a good way to describe it. I chose jasmine for the event because it provides more than relaxation. Jasmine enhances your emotions and helps you feel them flow through your body. You feel warmer and your heart pounds more heavily. I feel like that's a bad thing to happen from smelling something. Don't you think that would be perfect for sharing our poems? It does sound suitable, but you seem to know a lot about this, so I'll trust your opinion with anything. Yuri smiles gently, clearly enjoying herself. She again reaches into her bag and pulls out several spools of thin ribbon. What are those for? Well, did you purchase the origami paper I asked you to get? Yeah, I have it over here. I won't be using the paper for folding origami. What I'd like to do is write a different word on each paper. Oh, your Thomas is telling me Yuri smells good. What's the issue? We need about 100 of them. Oh yeah? What will those be used for? Well, I'm going to cut pieces of ribbon to hang from the doorway of the classroom. Then, we can fasten the paper onto the ribbons to create a doorway curtain. Wouldn't that be beautiful? It would also catch the eye of those passing by the room. It may attract some to peek inside. It's really creative. I had no idea you'd be this good at this, Yuri. Is that so? Well, I suppose I do get a little intense, as you put it. Yuri giggles with red cheeks. Is it just me, or is she more relaxed when it's just the two of us? Maybe it's the excitement she feels from sharing something that she enjoys. Here's a marker, Xerxes. You can write any characters you want. I'll help you once I finish cutting the ribbons. Alright. Sitting on the floor together, the two of us get to work. I carefully draw a different character on each paper, doing my best to manage my bad handwriting. That'd be me. I have terrible handwriting. Yura unravels a strand of red ribbon to her desired length. Then she reaches into her bag once more and pulls out a pocket knife. The knife is strangely beautiful. The silver handle has an intricate pattern of waves etched into it. This is the second occurrence of a knife with Yuri's character. The blade itself is gently tinted blue. She pulled that shit out of a crate in CSGO, Pog. That's an ordinary pocket knife. Looks really fancy. Well, embarrassed, Yuri walks away. What is it? You're going to think it's weird. Yuri, whatever it is, you have no reason to judge. To each their own, you know? If you promise you won't be weirded out. Yeah, I promise. Alright. The thing is, I'm kind of into knives. They're just so pretty. I can't help it. I don't know what it is. The combination of craftsmanship and feeling of danger, maybe. What am I saying? Please don't think I'm weird for this. You're laughing at me. No, I'm not laughing at you. It's funny how nervous you got about sharing. It's an interesting thing to be into, I guess. But I think it kind of suits you. Suits me. Yeah, kind of intense. Besides, it's a really cool looking knife. I can't deny that. It is, isn't it? Yuri relaxes her expression once again. Would you like to hold it? Sure, I'll check it out. Yuri carefully hands me the knife, with the handle facing me. I take it and turn it around in my hands. It feels heavy and extremely solid. Where do you even get a knife like this? Curious of its sharpness, I feel the point of the knife with my index finger. Ow! Xerxes! Why'd you do that? I didn't expect it to be that sharp. I barely touched it at all. It's my fault. I should have warned you. The knife is extremely sharp. You can cut through skin like it's paper. Oh no. A small drop of blood trickles down the side of my finger. Yuri takes my hand and gives the wound a closer look. Ah, knife sharp? What? Pika OMG. She stares at it and noticeably fidgets. If you're squeamish, I'll go wash it off now. Ah. Without warning, Yuri puts my finger in her mouth and licks the wound. I knew that was going to happen. I knew she was gonna do that. I feel her tongue curl around my finger. Okay, well, Startled, I instinctively pull my hand back. The tongue was a bit much. Like, I could, like, please forgive me. I wasn't thinking. Does Sayori do that? No! Yuri lowers her head, her face burning up. I'm sorry. Reed was waiting for the moment to strike. I was like, see, Reed just pops in, doesn't say anything. Nah, he waited. He got the right moment. What a mouth do. It's the most embarrassing thing I've ever done. How can I do something like that? I'm sorry. Josh, Yuri's the best. Ooh. Sure was a little weird and took me by surprise. But I guess he was just trying to help, right? You're right. I think you're overreacting a little. She doesn't lift her head. What'd you miss? So, you have to go back in the video to go for it. We gotta keep on moving. She doesn't lift her head. What if she doesn't recover from this for the rest of the afternoon? All right, you know what? This might be a stupid thing to do. Do it anyway. I take Yuri's hand and lick her index finger in return. Like a power move. Xerxes, did you really just do that? Now we're even. Reed just looks at me like I did something wrong. Maybe that'll be a bad idea. If not for the sweet aroma of jasmine oil, the air would be extremely heavy right now. You're so weird, Xerxes. Yuri giggles shyly. Yuri calling me weird? I have no response to that. Where do you keep your bandages? I don't think I need one, actually. It was just a tiny cut. Look, it already stopped bleeding. I see. That's relieving. The tension is quickly lifted. We each resume our respective activities. I watch Yuri's knife cut through the ribbon like it's nothing but air. Meanwhile, I continue to make progress on the paper. See, everything's A-okay. Nothing weird at all. After we finish attaching the paper to the ribbons, we lay them all out side by side. Looks better than I expected, and will be effective as a door curtain. It's the oils that are doing it, dude. Looks great. Good thinking coming up with this, Yuri. Thanks. Just something I saw online, really. Are you ready to move on to the next task? Yeah, let's do it. What do you have in mind? Well, I had to create a banner. That's why I asked you to buy the paint tablets. Oh, that's right. One of the items Yuri asked me to buy was for a kit of watercolor paint tablets. We'll have about 6 cups of water to put each of the tablets in. Do you mind fetching those for us? Of course not. 6 cups of water. I'll be right back in a minute. Thank you very much. Oh, just a little bit of water is okay. If you fill the cup up too much, it'll be too diluted. Taking Yuri's advice, I decide to use small plastic cups rather than full-size glasses. I put them on a plate and catch any paint that drips, then bring it back to my room. Yuri? Yes? Came in to see Yuri quickly unrolling her sleeve, pulling it back over her arm. Nothing. Doing what? Your face is a little red. It's too hot in here, or anything. No, not at all. There's nothing wrong, so let's mix the paint. Yuri hurriedly dismisses me and takes it upon herself to unwrap the tablets, dropping them into the cups. So, I thought we should do something simple that would look very nice. I had to paint a gradient across the banner. Starting with the colors for the first sunrise, then daytime, then sunset and nighttime. Once it dries, we'll write an inspirational quote across the banner. We can hang it on the wall behind the podium at the front of the classroom. Neat. What are you going to write? Well, it'd be more fun to surprise you. Yuri smiles at me. If you say so. After rolling out the banner, Yuri and I kneel on opposite sides so we don't get in the way of each other. Yuri uses a brush and adds a few dots of different colors across the banner to serve as a color guide as we paint. This kind of reminds me of elementary school. Painting on a banner with watercolors feels a lot like the art class projects we had back then. It's relaxing. I'm sorry if this feels too childish. No, I didn't mean that at all. It's kind of fun, you know? Yeah, it is fun. Glad you feel that way too. Yuri stops painting for a moment, thinking to herself. For me, I don't need to go out and do crazy things to have fun. In fact, I usually don't even want to. I just like that I can spend time with one other person. Even if it's something simple like reading, it doesn't even matter if we don't talk much. My purpose has not been served, damn. You hate to see it. Oh well.
All 29, not how it works. Oh, you know, I got a good one for you, though. I'm the captain now. Oh, did I take off two? Oh, I did. Alright, Captain. You know what this captain says, too? What I say goes.
Yuri is best. See, they agree. They say, aye, Captain. They agree. Just having a friend next to me makes things feel a little bit nicer. I think that's all it takes for me to be happy. Is that so? Even if Yuri and I are quite different, I can understand where she's coming from. I feel that way about things like anime games, where simply sharing the experience with someone can make me happy. I think I feel the same way. He smiles gently. I knew you'd understand. Yuri leans over the banner to grab an unused paintbrush, but I move at the same time, causing my head to bump into hers. Kia! Sorry. Yuri reels back, and I quickly lift my hands in surprise. Are you hurt? No, I'm not hurt. It just startled me, that's all. Sorry, I should have asked you to get it for me. It's not your fault. Your face. There are droplets of paint on Yuri's face and neck. Is there something on my face? Yeah, I accidentally got paint on you. Sorry, it's my fault. I'll get a towel right away. I rush out and fetch a small towel, then I dampen it with hot water. I return to my room and kneel back down in front of her. It takes I somehow go through a portal. The graphics definitely do change on this. What kind of? Go through a portal bit. 2010. Oh, and you gotta see the artwork here. Oh, see, you know shit's getting real. Honestly, I was expecting us to lick off all the paint from her face. But oh well. You know, things getting serious now, you know? Here. I pat down Yuri's face with the neck with the towel. Oh, this is really perfectly cover the text. That's funny. Is something wrong? It's hot. I just didn't expect it. Sorry. Didn't want to use cold water. Having finished, I start to retract my hand. But Yuri suddenly holds my wrist. Wait. Just for a little longer. It feels really nice. I keep my hand still against Yuri's neck. She looks into my eyes. It's an intense expression that I recognize when she reads her books. Almost as if she's lost in a daze, enveloping her own thoughts. She breathes gently, half through slightly parted lips. What's happening? Is it the aroma of the jasmine oil keep giving me this dizzy feeling? Yuri's gentle fingers wrapped around my wrist send a tingling sensation through my arm. Suddenly, her face seems to be much closer to mine than it was just a moment ago. Yuri slowly pulls away. Sorry. I've been feeling a little lightheaded today. Didn't mean to space out. It's fine. The moment is over as soon as it began. Yuri picks up her brush again, but her movements seem clumsier, like she's unable to focus. I remain silent, forced to ignore the event that just transpired. I hesitantly retrieve my own brush and continue following Yuri's example. I should do it. I finish filling the night sky with white dots that look like stars. It's a good thing we kept both the lick emotes, huh? Looking at the banner as a whole, it's very pretty and natural looking. I think it came out better than I expected. I'm really happy with the results. Yeah, me too. You gonna add the lettering now? Not yet. It needs to dry first. That's true, but won't that take a while? Well, perhaps it would be best if we leave it here, then have you bring it in the morning. I can do the lettering in class before the evening starts. Is that okay? It's totally fine. Wonderful. In that case, I don't think there's anything more for us to do here. Phew. You said it like you're glad it's over. Was I wrong to assume that you were at least enjoying yourself a little bit? No, it's not that. I'm just glad that we managed to get everything done. I see. I am too. Good to horny jail. Bonk. I was a little concerned at the time. We need to start making dinner soon. So you don't have any time left. I was secretly hoping we would have extra time after finishing the work. Well... The PogChamp paired with a lick is great. Yuri thinks to herself. I think it would be too irresponsible for me to wait much longer. I'm sorry. I was hoping there would be more time as well. It's probably my fault. Sorry for being such a slow worker. No, it's not your fault at all. And the important thing is that we got everything done, right? Yeah. So, I shouldn't be disappointed or anything. Gathering all of her things, Yuri seems to look a little downcast. I understand why. It's not like she rarely gets the opportunity to spend time with her friends in a relaxed environment. But that doesn't mean that this is the last time it can happen. Once Yuri packs up, I'll walk her out the front door. Thank you very much for having me today. No problem. I'm glad I was able to help. Just let me know if there's anything else you need me to bring tomorrow. I will. Well then. Yuri fidgets. I guess I'll see you tomorrow. Wait. Gotta say that without thinking. About today. It's fine that we didn't have as much time as we wanted. Because we can do this again. Whenever you want. You can come over, or we can go out somewhere. I forgot you don't like going out much, so stumble over my words. Yuri simply smiles bashfully. Anyway, you know what I'm trying to say, so you're very thoughtful, Xerxes. Yuri takes a step closer to me, then briefly squeezes my hand. I kind of like that about you. Well, how am I supposed to respond to that? But I don't even get the chance to, as Yuri suddenly pulls back. Sayori? Eh? Hi, Xerxes. Sayori, just now, we weren't... It's okay, Xerxes. I just stopped by to say hi. Well, it's nice to see you. I'm sorry, but I'm already on my way to leave. Oh, really? That's too bad. Sorry, but we'll be together at the festival tomorrow, so that's fine, right? Of course. Sayori beams. Yeah, so I'll see you tomorrow. Clearly embarrassed. Yuri hurries off. Sayori waves goodbye after her. Sayori, I thought you didn't want to come over today. Well, I tried staying in my room, but my imagination was really being mean to me, so I had to come here to see it for myself. See what? What are you talking about? You know, how much fun you were having with Yuri, and how close you got to her. It makes me really happy that you made such good friends. That's all that matters to me. Tears start rolling down Sayori's face. That's all that matters to me. Why am I feeling this way, Xerxes? I'm supposed to be happy for you. Why does it feel like my heart is splitting in half? It hurts so much. Everything hurts so much. It'd be much better if I could just disappear. Sayori, don't say that. It's true, Xerxes. If I wasn't here, you wouldn't have to waste your sympathy on me. You wouldn't have to put up with me being selfish. Monica was right. I should just... Monica? Monica was right about what? Sayori, what I said before is true. I'm not going to let this continue. Caring about you like this isn't the burden your mind is making it out to be. It's something that makes me happy. It's something that I wouldn't trade for anything else. So even if it takes an entire lifetime, I'm going to be by your side until you don't feel any more pain. But Sayori looks away. I put my hand on her shoulder to reassure her. I'm scared, Xerxes. I'm really scared. What are you scared of, Sayori? I'm scared that I might like you more than you like me. Sayori? It's true, isn't it? I was weak and started to like you too much. I did this to myself. Xerxes, I like you so much I want to die. That's how I feel. And that's enough, Sayori. I don't want you to hurt anymore. I slide my hand down Sayori's arm and squeeze her hand in my own. Do you remember how I said I always want to be one? I always know what's best for you? Do you believe me? Wordlessly, Sayori nods. Even if you don't understand all of your own feelings, I know what you need the most right now. And that's what I'm going to give you. Bro. Cause, why? I know you pretty much just confess your love for me and say that, you know, your life really doesn't have meaning unless we, you know, this is kind of the... Such a good friend. Doc, imagine lying. Imagine lying in this situation. Imagine lying in this situation, right? Right? Sure, like, are you just gonna tell someone something they want to hear because they want to hear it in the moment? Or you're gonna be honest? I mean, it's not a bad thing to say that she's gonna be our dearest friend. It's not. But here's the thing: we are not romantically invested in Sayori. We're good friends. Why, like, this is for all you motherfuckers trying to get bopped in a horny jail? You literally, it's just if you're close with the person. What more does it need to be? It doesn't need to be. She's our friend. It would be worse if we. I love you. What? We just spent the whole day with Yuri. We were just sucking on each other's fingers in there 2 seconds ago. I almost licked her face, and you're trying to tell me I'm supposed to tell Sayori that I love her when I don't? She's dearest friend. We're saving though. The hardest choices require the strongest of wills. Yes, Colgate. Thank you. Thank you. You aren't responsible for Sayori's happiness. In a tough way to hear, it's true. I'm gonna do what I can to bring her happiness, but it's not on me to lie to her to bring her happiness. You know, I'm gonna do what I can as her friend, but I'm not gonna try and go through all these hoops and make up these scenarios to make y'all feel better. That's a lot of pressure on one person. You're right, Nas. You'll always be my dearest friend. What you need most is for things to be like they've always been. She's been saying this. We've always been friends. She's been saying this. Maine. I appreciate the follow. Thank you. Thank you. They agree with the choice. Appreciate the follow. Monica told me the truth. She told me how much happier you seemed after I joined the club. I know you're struggling with some really difficult things right now, but please trust me that I know what's best and what will make you happy in the end. I promise. I'll help get things back to the way they were. I see. Sayori forces a smile through an incredibly pained expression. Is this what it feels like to get stabbed in the chest? I should write a poem about this. Sayori, it's okay. This is just my punishment. Remember? For being so selfish. So please don't worry about these stupid feelings. I know you're right. I knew this whole time that there's no happiness down that path. That's why I came here. Just so I could get the answer I needed to hear. And the other thing, you're also right. I just want to go back to the way it was. I realize that now. Atlanta, not you too. I realize that now. You really do know me better than anyone, Xerxes. I'll trust you with anything. Anything at all. Then Reed, you might need to see a doctor. So, I mean, it's fine. Like, you can like them both. Sayori's awesome. But we can't... Being disingenuous to Sayori in this moment does much more harm than good. I'm not going to try and force something that's not there just because I think it'll make her happier. Because in the long run, it'll make her unhappy. it's not even a thing of like, I know what you need, you know. It's more of just like a, I'm your friend and I will be your friend, I promise, you know. So, like, even if, you know, if she really likes me, I'm sorry. It's, you know. Do I tell someone I love them in the heat of the moment, and then be like, by the way, psych, it was a prank. Sayori's smile finally breaks. All of a sudden, she turns around and drops to her knees. Clutching her head with both hands, she screams as loudly as she can. I'm so shocked that I don't know how to react. Sayori looks over her shoulder, flashed me one more weak smile before turning around and running off. Sayori! I'm left helplessly standing in front of my house. Why am I feeling so horrible about this? Nothing more that I could have done. Most I can do is support Sayori through her feelings, help her on the path that's right. I'm having as much trouble understanding Sayori's feelings as she is. Even though I can comfort her, I keep wondering if I should keep doing something more, or something different. I know these thoughts will continue to plague me until things are back to the way they were. I'm going to give it everything I've got. Sayori will always be my dearest friend. I'll do whatever it takes to put a smile on her face every day. Except lie to her and get her feelings up for no reason, just to crush her even harder. It's the day of the festival. And we'll find out how the festivities go the next time we play the game, dude. Oh! Dog! Shout out the girl Yuri. The best of them. I gotta. He said just 10 more minutes. It's a major plot point. Is it actually 10 minutes? If it's actually 10 minutes, I'll go for it. But I'm gonna start a timer. If it's over 10 minutes, you're getting banned. All right, bet. All right. Well, okay. Oh! I dropped one. It's the day of the festival. Of all the days, I expected this to be the one I'd be walking to school with Sayori. But Sayori isn't answering her phone. I considered going to her house to wake her up, but decided it's a little too much. Meanwhile, preparations for the event should be nearly complete. The banner Yuri and I painted is dry. I gently rolled it up to take it with me. She sent me a pleasant text reminding me not to forget anything, and I reassured her. Funnily enough, I probably feel the same way as Natsuki about the event. I'm more excited for it to be over so I can spend time with Sayori and Yuri at the festival. But knowing Monica, I'm sure the event will be great too. Xerxes, the first one here. Thanks for being here early. That's funny. I thought at least Yuri would be here by now. Monica is placing little booklets on each of the desks in the classroom. They must be the ones she prepared that have all the poems we're performing. In the end, I found a random poem online that I thought Monica would like, and submitted it. So that's the one I'll be performing. Surprised you didn't bring Sayori with you. Yeah, she overslept again. That dummy. You think that on days this important, she tried a little harder. I say that, I suddenly remember what Sayori told me yesterday, and I suddenly feel awful. No, it's not nearly that simple for her. I only said it because that's the way I'm used to thinking. But maybe I should have gone to wake her up after all. You should take a little responsibility for her, Xerxes. I mean, especially after you exchanged with her yesterday. Wait, what? After my exchange with her? How do you kind of left her hanging this morning, you know? Oh, that exchange. Wait, no, yeah, yesterday. No, it's Sunday, right? You didn't know about that. Monica, you know about that? Of course I do. I'm the club president after all. But I stammer, embarrassed. Does Sayori really tell her about it that quickly? About how I basically turned down her confession? Makes me really seem like a bad guy here. But I'm the one who knows that what's best for her, right? Jeez. You don't know the full story at all, so don't worry. Probably know a lot more than you think. Huh? Monica's being friendly as usual, but for some reason I felt a chill down my spine after hearing that. Hey, do you want to check out the pamphlets? Is there not supposed to be any music right now? Yeah, I guess not. I'm just off-put by it. They came out really nice. Yeah, sure. I'll grab one of the pamphlets laid out on the desk. Yeah, they really did. Something that this will definitely help people take the club more seriously. Yeah, I thought so too. I flipped through the pages. Each member's poem is neatly printed on its own page, giving it an almost professional feel. I recognized Natsuki and Yuri's poems for the ones they performed during our practice. What's this? I flipped to Sayori's poem. It's different from the ones she practiced. It's one that I haven't read before. I do what I know is best for you, before I listen to everything you said to me, before I show you how much I love you, before I finish writing this poem. The poem is never actually finished. It just keeps moving. Maybe it sounds better when it's read out loud? Ah, what is this? Reading the poem, I get a pit in my stomach. Xerxes? What's wrong? Nothing. This poem feels completely different from everything else Sayori's written. But more than that, I changed my mind. I'm going to get Sayori, so... alright. Try not to take too long, okay? I quickly leave the classroom. Don't strain yourself. Monica calls out after me. I quicken my pace. The Peepo runs in the chat. What was I thinking? Could have tried a little bit harder for Sayori. It's not a big deal. At least wait for her, or help wake her up. Even the simple gesture of walking her to school makes her really happy. Besides, I told her yesterday that things will be the same as they always have been. That's all she needs. That's what I want to give her. I reach Sayori's house and knock on the door. I don't expect an answer, so she's not picking up her phone either. Like yesterday, I open the door and let myself in. Sayori? She really is a heavy sleeper. I swallow. I can't believe I ended up doing this after all. Waking her up in her own house. Is that more like something a boyfriend would do? In any case, it just feels right. Outside Sayori's room, I knock on her door. Sayori? Wake up, dummy. There's no response. I really didn't want to enter a room like this. Isn't it kind of a breach of privacy? But she really leaves me no choice. I gently open the door. Jesus Christ, that actually scared the shit out of me. I knew it was coming too. He's not even saying anything. He's not even saying anything. He knows what he did. Curry, I got you. Bro. He had to. Holy shit. Should I check? Do I actually check this game file? It says. Here, let me see. Is this something I actually should check in my files, or is that like an actual error that happened? Holy shit! He peed on it. That was impeccable timing. Let me save here. Check the files. Bet. Okay. So let's see. Game script. Like my Steam files. An exception has occurred. Give me a second here. Jesus God. I don't know, man. I don't know. Is it probably in Steam or is it Doki Doki? Doesn't make a file on its own. Doing my program files, right? Game. Where's Steam files at? Steam. Anyone know? Oh wait, games. No, these are just EXEs. Anyone know where I might find that file? You know it's coming too. Also, I appreciate the follow, Courier.
That's hot.
Thimble, good to see you. Welcome. I literally, like, you know, it's obvious that it's coming. It is. But still, you know? Wait. Wait, so what is the... Where should I be looking for this file? I figure it'd be somewhere like my Steam stuff, right? the people leases applies here. Anybody got a... Oh gosh. Anybody know where I might find this file at? I'm trying to find the correct directory, but... It's not in Steam. Doki Doki doesn't have its own folder, I don't think. Looking at either the Steam files or the regular game files. Okay. I'm trying to, it's just... Yeah, my Steam files, I don't think it had anything. Usually should be a place where... Steam, like, saves the game. Like, I can go to... Steam Link Games, but that takes me to just the... Like, the files that, like, launch it. Like, the shortcut, essentially. Her Nexus got destroyed. Oh, God. What's the problem? Is there something weird with the camera right now? Okay, I'm gonna load this up real quick. Let's see. Doki, what is it? It was like games file. We're gonna find it, don't worry. How to get to the game files. Doki Doki Literature Club. Ah, dang it, it's on itch.io. Steam. Where can I find the Doki Doki folder? Program files, Steam. Oh, Steam apps. Okay, here we go. We're getting there. Don't worry. Progress being made. Okay, Steam and then Steam apps. Common? Oh, here we go. Doki Doki, yes. Game, script. I don't have it at all. I have a scripts file. RPY. I just have a... has he doubled down? How dare you! I feel like I literally don't have a file. The file is just not there. Game, yeah. 307. Script dash chapter 5. Yeah, I don't have the file. The only thing I could think of is this. There's I guess it's like script chapter 5. I have scripts, but I don't have script. Scripts might be it. It looks kind of cryptic, but oh no, there's just a whole bunch of fucking symbols in here. I don't think it's gonna work. I might have to like look it up later or something. Yeah, I think the file was just gone, dude. What the hell? Is this a nightmare? It has to be. This isn't real. There's no way this can be real. Sarah would never do this. Everything was normal until a few days ago. I can't believe my eyes. What my eyes are showing me. I suppressed the urge to vomit just yesterday. I told Sayori I would be there for her. I told her I know what's best. That everything will be okay. And why? Why would she do this? How could I be so helpless? So should I have the file there? Was there something that I'm missing, or what did I do wrong? Throwing down her confession. That has to be what pushed her over the edge. Her agonized scream still echoes in my ears. I did almost end true. Why did I do that to her? When she needed me the most? Why was I so selfish? Legitimately though, for those of y'all that know, I didn't, should I have found a file there that I messed something up? Should I dig deeper, or is that just or are we chilling? I did find the game files. I'm in them right now, but that specific game file was not in there. There should have been a file. Yeah, there's not. Here, let me show y'all. Oh, hopefully I can. It might look hard to see, but so. Oh, here, wait. View. This is the file, or the Doki Doki Literature Club, and it said game, and then we'll slash script. Script dash chapter 5. I have a scripts file, and the scripts just is a bunch of nothing. Wait for it. It takes a while to load. Yeah, I'll probably look it up later. This is long, 10 minutes. But yeah, this is what. Oh, well, I think this is. Wait, no, this is new. This wasn't here. Beneath their manufactured perception, the artificial reality is a writhing, twisted mess of dread, loathing, judgment, elitism, self-doubt, all thrashing to escape the feeble hold of their host, seeping through every little crevice they can find, into their willpower starving them all, motivation and desire, into their stomach, forcing them to drown their guilt in comfort food, or into a newly opened gash in the skin, hidden only by the sleeve of a cute new shirt. Such as a deplorable, tangled mass is already present in every single one of them. That's why I chose not to blame myself for their actions. All I did was untie the knot. Okay, that's it. Okay, I bet. So, because it said line 307, but I don't think I can do a find line thing. I could probably use a different program for that. Find. Oh no. Open with Adam. Open with. Bam. Let me make sure that line 307 wasn't anything interesting. No, nothing. Just chilling. Well, we found something. That was good. I guess it might have just been the files just didn't update fast enough for the game to find, I assume. But hey, we know where they're at now, so that's good. Anyway, this is my fault. My swarming thoughts keep telling me everything I could have done to prevent this. If I just spent more time with her, brought her to school, give her what I know she wanted out of our relationship, I could have prevented this. I know I could have prevented this. Screw the literature club. Screw the festival. I just lost my best friend, someone I grew up with. She's gone forever now. Nothing I can do can bring her back. This isn't some game where I can reset and try something different. I had only one chance, and I wasn't careful enough. And now I'll carry this guilt with me until I die. Nothing in my life is worse than her. Is worth more than hers. But I still couldn't do what she needed from me. And now, I can never take it back. Never. 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 Alright, we win! Alright! Is it... Oh. But... And she's... This Sayori looks a bit different in this one. Sayori looks a little bit different on the title screen, and the play game is a bit different as well. Looks awfully clickable.